All right, hello everyone. Welcome to ranking all of my songs of 2022. I am recording this live on stream. I am not editing any of this because I don't care. What I'm going to be doing. If you guys weren't here for the last year or didn't watch the last video, I go through all of my songs of 2022. I listen to them all. I don't need to listen to all of them, but I do give them a good listen. As in, like, I don't need to listen to the full song, but I give them a good listen. Then I rank them on a tier list from S to D, S being incredible, A being pretty good, B being decent, C being okay, maybe disappointing, D being I hate myself. But I hope you guys all enjoyed this. Thanks for coming by to the stream. This will be good. This will be fun. Again, not editing it. I will occasionally thank subscriptions. I will do whatever I want. You're here for the long haul. Grab a piece of... I was going to say a piece of popcorn. I should have just said popcorn. A piece of popcorn is grab your singular popcorn, pop that popcorn into your mouth. This is where we're at. I can't wait to see this list. Love your music. Thanks, Lux and Reverse. We're going to begin. Here is the tier list. I'm going to say thank you to It's Reaper. I actually think he was the one that did it last year as well. Before I made my own, I was like, let's see if someone else has made one. Here it is. There are actually slightly less songs to rank this year than the year before. That was mostly because I didn't put out an album last year. The year before, I put out an album, and obviously that's like an extra 14 songs on top of it. So this year is a little lighter music. Last year, I did a lot of traveling and touring and performing as well. So there was also a couple weeks where I would upload songs from the album. I think Virtue's Last Reward, for example, came out last year, even though it wasn't. I can't remember. But yes, very exciting to go through all of this. This year, I am planning on doing some more album projects. So 2023 tier list will probably have more songs on it in general. I did do the little weekly at the end of the year, though. That sort of string of weekly songs here, which I'm very excited about reviewing here on the video. So let's just get straight away. Let's start with the first song of the year. Also, this is delayed. It was I normally did this. I would have done this on 1st or 2nd of January, but I tore my ACL while skiing. Bang, here's the brace on my leg as evidence of that. So I've been in recovery mode. But now I can bend my leg 60 degrees, so it's comfortable for me to be on my computer. I'm going to be streaming more. I'm going to be existing more. It's time to listen to some music. It's time to listen to some of my own songs. All right, so we're going to start with No Game, No Life. My initial thoughts about this, we'll listen to it. Hopefully it's not too loud. But my initial thoughts about No Game, No Life track is I really like the verses, but I think I personally fucked up the sort of pre-chorus to chorus thing. So we're going to take a listen. I love the beat on this track.
You ain't gonna win this. Step into my district, I make 'em wonder like Civ 6. You about to witness me defy the statistics. First class treatment, be that pleasure or business. Fight us. They be taking
There's a little weird compression on the YouTube videos, so my S's are really strong. Hey Briggs, how you doing?
Like a knight does. High up, I be giving tips like I'm Linus. Line up, we invading worlds like a virus. Nothing can get
I do make all my own instrumentals. A lot of people don't realize that, and I was really happy with this instrumental. But yeah, I make all my own instrumentals.
So I be flyers the flugal. Your jury doodles will stop be penning a masterpiece. Pupils be up on Google and searching why I'm so hard to beat. Max stats like an RPG. Under leveled, you're half of me. I leave a royal flush, no bust. I keep my cards on me. I'm in the head, katana, I settle in. They act like I better win. Like there's a chance I could.
I just love the energy of this track. I love the energy of this track. I think the verses are great. I need to make more songs like this, I think. One of my favorite things about making nerdcore music is the ability to represent a character musically through the music, right? And this is a song all about this is an anime all about games and gambling and stuff. And so I really thought I could reference so many different games and board games and stuff. I reference Settlers of Catan, I reference poker, I reference Civilization. But what I wanted to do for this track is because essentially the song has two main characters, right? It has Sora. I can't remember the name of the other one, but it has two main characters. So obviously I wanted to get a female vocalist on this, so I got Lunarina to do the chorus because I wanted a little bit in Japanese and she could speak Japanese. The problem I had was an instrumental issue. I had this high energy instrumental that I feel like I got going into the pre-chorus. And what I should have done, Shiro, did I say, I fuck up, whatever. What I should have done was make the chorus also high energy, right? And it just keep going. Sort of similar to my Shanks track where it just keeps going. But this sort of transition is not great in my opinion. Like the chorus is good in isolation. I feel like if you hear both of these sections in isolation, they're both good. But I think the transition doesn't work. So I feel like it's almost like it almost feels like they're two different songs that don't mesh well together.
Bets down one round, we don't lose. Like get out, we bound to break new heights.
And I do like this hook, this bit too.
Right. We're proud, going loud, we don't lose sight. Bet down one round, we don't lose. Like get out, we bound to break new heights.
Hell yeah.
Step down, these clowns, they gon' move right.
Yeah.
We're proud, going loud, we don't lose sight. I do it straight like a rook, don't wanna play by the book.
Let's do it straight like a rookie, move straight.
You know the game is afoot. I make
like Sherlock.
change with a push. They won't be jacking.
This is the year that I think I really upped my game rhyming wise. I mean, that's an A to the rhyme scheme that just goes.
My style, no, they
ain't taking a hook because a hook is a poker hand, which involves two jacks, I think. They won't be jacking my style, so they ain't taking a hook.
Get a hook. Know how to hold them like Texas, what they'll be hating my look. I take my place with no mercy, this ain't no
Magna Carta.
I beat the ace like attorneys, don't need no Magatama.
Because the Magatama lets you, like, tell if people are lying in the game Phoenix Wright. And I have this A to the Ernie, like, where place with no mercy, ace like attorneys, Magatama, Magna Carta. I beat the face of the worthy, A to the Ernie.
A race that deserves me. I keep on making my journey like I'm the dungeon master.
Insane. But I have the A to the Ernie. Making my journey. I really wanted to go like this high energy with it.
The way I'm doing this, making games I stay lucrative. They like step how they stupid. It's easy to see you're new to this. Read their minds so intuitive. Watch my buzz like a fugitive. Blackjack. The way I keep on hitting like a pugilist. Face to face with the truth of it. 100% success rate. Fake them out like illusionists in their head like an X-ray. Confidence, I'm not losing. It's in the place in the shed. Place my piece and I'm moving. And see your king and it's checkmate.
Okay, so the verses of this are actually insane. I forgot how crazy I go with it. So that's enough to make it A. Besides me not liking the chorus so much, I think the verses are so good. So at the moment, I'm gonna have it in low A tier. I'm gonna have it in low A tier because I think the verses save that track. They're insane. All right, next up, we actually have a rap battle. So I wanted to go back into so Virtuous Last Reward doesn't count because that came out last year. 2021. So the next thing we have is the Alucard versus Dio rap battle. And so the thing about rap battles is you can't really judge them on a musicality sense. I don't know, maybe last year I just didn't include them. I wanted to go back and do more rap battles because they were heavily requested and I enjoyed them. I haven't done them a little bit recently because I've been struggling with them a little bit. But Alucard versus Dio was such a strong idea and we wanted to do a UK trio rap battle. And this is actually the first song of that I recorded with my new microphone. I switched microphones, and this is the new. So it's my first time mixing with this new microphone. But yeah, this is rap battles you're not going to listen to on Spotify. You're just going to be watching as like a video. You know what I mean? We'll listen to it. I don't know if I'll have to put it on the tier list. I might have to set.
Blood on my drip, Dio's about to go down with the ship. I got the medal, but you be forgetting your buzz like a Rocky forgetting the script. Look at this bitch, I be like Anderson, how if you cross me, you won't last long. Now your heart's gone, be like Jim Carrey, cause you can't do shit with no mask on. Step into my shadow, then a bitch gets shot. Give you more holes and there's holes in your plot.
Oh, my audio went out. But yeah, that's... you have this on Spotify? Fair enough, it's in your Spotify playlist. I think the rhymes are good.
And I cut you to more parts than your show's got. Be by a kid, now you're known for failing.
That's true. With these newer rap battles as well. I say that's true because I'm agreeing to something I've said in my own head that I didn't say out loud. With these newer rap battles, I focused more on the sound of them. I found with a lot of the older rap battles I did, I would have these good punchlines, but it was very much I'd be doing the same flow over and over again, and it wouldn't be like that interesting to listen to. So I wanted to vary it up more. And so in both this one and the Tanjiro versus Ichigo one, I do more variety with the way that I deliver the lines. This is a good example of it, right? I go into this.
And I cut you to more parts than your show's got. Beat by a kid, now you're known for failing. Thinking you're drip with a code so basic. Just like your father, you end up with nothing. Now you and your dad have both been wasted. I cannot be killed, you
that sort of thing makes it like, so when you're actually watching it and listening to it, you're like, oh, this is fun. This is interesting. I like this. Thanks, the designer, for 420. And also thanks, Vex RL.
Twice, I seen stronger vamps in Twilight. Send you clips, no need for highlights. Cause I brought the twins, that's two like Einstein. Drop more goons than you on drive-by. You're all talk and smoke like dry ice. Off the top, these bars from my mind, whilst you stop time to think and write lines.
I'm a bastard, orphan.
Good, I enjoy it.
But that's a better backstory than ripping off all brown.
And I think this battle works really well because both Alucard and Dio are British, and both me and Shwabadi are obviously British. I couldn't really get anyone else for it. That, like, obviously I guess Stupendium and Dan Ball would also be quite good, but they don't know anything about the source material. Breton Boy would have been like a good other choice, and obviously Conquest would be a good choice, but we know that Conquest is not. He's a surprise feature at the end of this.
I feel no remorse for killing Dad or any of my kin. You just had to whine and cry for Alexander Anderson. Ask Integra, sir, may I hit him? Can't even.
That ad-lib is actually me. I don't know if you could tell. Mark didn't do it. I wanted an ad-lib there, and I recorded one for Mark.
Attack without her permission.
Also, with these rap battles, we write like a bunch of disses for each other, and you know, they're not like, this is, you know, it's similar to how the Epic Rap Battles of History do it. We have writing sessions for this, as opposed to, like, you know, when you're on a cipher or you're doing a regular verse where you just write your own stuff. So some of my lines Shwabadi came up with, some of Shwabadi's lines I came up with.
I have no masters, I got no prison. I move faster, time does my bidding. You're not even British, I'll cut this immigrant song short. They think I led in the Zeppelins with it, I'm letting these bombs draw. Oh, the humanity, your Christianity.
I don't think we need to watch the whole thing because it's a rap battle. You get the idea. I do want to say, obviously he did the Hamilton line, so I also did a Hamilton line. We immigrants, we get the job done, and it's a fun back and forth. And then obviously Connor Quest comes in as Dracula because it is vampire versus vampire, and he's the vampire, right?
Classics never die. Up in my castle, levels high, while a dupe of me faced a lucha libre, bickering, squabbling, peasant-like. No authenticity, counterfeit hackers. Faith in your sources and now what you lack. But I'll give you your flowers on vampiric prowess. Sucked all the life from out of this track. What?
Sick. It was sick. Anyway, I think I have to make a separate tier for rap battles, right? Because I just don't know. I don't feel like they go. I'm going to put it in A at the moment, but I might have to do a separate one for rap battles. All right, next up, we have my most successful track of the year, Over For You, the Rengoku track. I was worried about this track when it came out originally because I thought I was releasing it way too late. Like, everyone else did their Rengoku songs like a year before this one came out, and I was like, well, I'm a bit late on this. And I'm constantly late on some of these things, just because of the way that I schedule stuff. But this is honestly probably one of the best songs I've ever made. And Janelle does an incredible job with the hook. I think he just understood the assignment so well. I wanted a catchy pop rap song. And everyone else is saying S. I think everyone agrees. This is the track.
Flame breath, pause and afraid when you're facing death. Thoughts of your brain like a game of chess.
Also, my rhymes go insane on this track.
It course through my veins that I break a sweat. Say less.
I don't even that it's an A. Okay, I gotta tell you guys about this because I think it goes mental. Goes A F.
Pause and afraid when
or to the A. Okay, or to the A when the A to air. Right. So A air or to the A when the A to air.
Facing death. Thoughts of your brain like a game of chess. How it course through my veins that I break.
Thoughts through your brain like a game of chess. Course through my veins, I don't break a sweat. Or to the A to air, right? It continues.
Sweat. Say less. Walk off your pain on the razor.
Walk off your pain on the razor's edge.
War never changed, so we raise our head.
War never changed, so we raise our head. Or to the A to air. It just keeps going. It just keeps going, you know what I mean? Like,
we talk with the grave when we're
talk with the grave. And here's the thing, right? When all of these words rhyme, right? That's one thing, right? I guess anyone can make a bunch of shit rhyme if you say gibberish. But the fact that it all makes sense, and not only do they make sense, but they're quite good lines, thoughts through my brain like a game of chess, course through my veins, I don't break a sweat, you know, walk off the pain on the razors. These are all like really good individual lines by themselves, but they all perfectly rhyme with each other. I don't know how the fuck I did that. I don't think I could do that. I don't know how the fuck I was able to pull that shit off. I'm muted for a second? Okay, whatever. Insane. O to the A to the A to F. I have a little issue with my dongle here, my USB connector, that if I'm getting too animated, it unplugs and then I'm gonna not mute, but audio cuts out for a second. But yeah, insane. Wow. I think I'm really proud of this one. And I think I can keep going and just showcase all of the situations where it just goes crazy like that.
Better take your seats and back down if you're not here to play with beats. I stand proud so you know that
you're ow to the D to the A to E.
for me, my bravery is forged for the blazing heat.
The duty, you're the strongest to save the weak, and through me they are ooh E to the O to the A to E, the ooh E to the on to the A to E. The rhyme scheme just keeps going.
Speaks to make a piece of drawing with my blade and sheath. I aim to please the best when I take the lead.
Hey.
I do not care about egos. I kill at murder, she wrote. I send them flying heat though.
This is where I like the rhyme scheme simplifies. It's just an EO, but that's where I try and drop in more bars to have the variation, right?
Through a body heat stroke, I do it all like a cheat code. To every goal and I meet.
And I don't care when my peak goes. I put my heart into battle, the king of the jungle, and leaving them dethroned. I just love it.
Put my heart into battle, the king of the jungle, I'm leaving them dethroned.
And then
I will still have a heart of gold, and don't you take me for
a lot of artists get a little bit confused, because I have this structure where I like to have this pre-chorus and then chorus. A lot of artists get confused with the pre-chorus, but I think Jonald just understood it. Jonald? Yeah. I think originally he had, if I remember correctly, he had the whole chorus like a section off, and I made him either move it back or move it forwards so it would sound better. And yeah. Yeah, I think this is an instant S. Obviously, I mean, my fucking rhyme schemes.
Burning heart, my life the survivor, surging fast, the eyes of the tiger, thermal
to R, the I to dun I
side of my fibers, work and fight, right to like fire.
I to I. It's like 7 rhymes in one.
Make a stand and fight when time's dire. Blade in hand, I strike like wires. Face the facts, the time to lie tired. Fade to black, I die, but not quiet.
I said A to I to I to I. It just keeps going. Okay, and then obviously I have
so I can light the way. I bring a force with me that's greater than a tidal wave. Backing down is not an option when this life's a stake. I set the world ablaze because I'm never gonna die in vain.
And then we have the softer bit, and then Maguire coming in for this bit. I think it's the closest thing I have to a perfect song, because it's got a catchy chorus. It's mixed well, I think. The lyrics, it's got strong bars and good wordplay and good lyrics, but it also has incredible rhymes, and it has really good emotional beats, right? It covers all 4 pillars of my rap, all 4 pillars of my rap thing. It's one of my few songs that does that, because sometimes you have songs that focus more on bars or on a certain vibe and it's whatever works, or some songs that focus more on themes and emotion, but I feel like this has both emotions and bars and rhymes and wordplay and flow interesting, and it's good on the ear, it's catchy, the chorus is good. Listen, I'm hard on my own music, but I don't think I'm ever gonna make a song like this again. And Maguire, okay, so people are saying that this was a Russ's plus Maguire year. Just you wait. 2023 is a Russ's plus Maguire year. Anyway, that's an S tier song for sure. All right, we're moving on to Beast. Beast. They be calling me a beast. So I got into a habit. I think I started this last year, but I really like the idea of doing these really long rap verses with choruses at either end. I think I heard DPS do it once, and I was like, I want to do that. And then I just got really into it. I like Beast. But I think some people were disappointed because it's a little bit more it is based on Kurama, obviously. It's based around the things that he does, but it's a little bit more just like a badass generalist rap, and not really like.
I'm a beast, they be calling me a beast, leaving bodies in the street. I'ma say my piece, you don't want it with the beast. What you saying?
I'm a beast, they be calling me a beast.
It's one of the few songs I did live because it's a song that's just me.
Leaving bodies on the street. I'ma say my piece, you don't want it with the beast. What you saying? I'm a beast. For the names of the deceased, watch them call their men to battle as they roll up their sleeves. And they end their lives so easy like control or delete. I'm no monster of the week, you can't beat me. All I have is villages destroyed up on my CV. I be going primal on these bitches like it's BC. I'm a different breed now, I'm a different species. I'm a different kind of animal, I'm irrational, I'm revolted.
It's gonna
flammable like a Volpix. International, they fanatical about this old king. Read the manuals to sit down and do what you're told, bitch. Big body kaiju, they can't do what I do. Screaming at the night like they be bad at writing haikus.
such a silly line.
What does 9 do? Beat you, bombs, and he blast like I'm you. Fuck it, I just bite you.
Limb for limb, I rip through skin like acid. Twisted grin, the biggest shit, Jurassic. Yeah, I really liked it.
How they know this
Fox is fantastic.
Massive.
How I use my instrument. I really like the lines in this. There's like lots of really good individual lines and pockets throughout this track. Obviously, it's quite a more laid back track.
Be overrated like in and out. And now that they be blinded, they
In a crisis, I waste no guess like I'm a hybrid. And I can understand if someone listened to this and they were like bored. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't go up and down. There's not a lot of variety. I'm just rapping. But if you enjoy listening to me make bars and rapping, it's like the song for you. You know what I mean? But obviously, I don't think it would break into S. Some people would consider this a B. I think some people would consider this an A. So I'd probably put it... It's sort of in a similar category to No Game, No Life track, where I think the lyrics are really good. But I actually like the No Game, No Life one more. So I'm going to put it in A. Next up, though, we have... Woo! God, that was like a crazy 2 months for Rustage, because the Eren Jaeger track? Oh, gosh! For context, right, for my first Eren Jaeger track, I had read all the way up to series 3, and then I made my track, right? And for this one, I read all the way to the end, and I wrote this track, and it went through multiple rewrites throughout that. I was sitting in my gym, just reading this for hours. This is one of my favorite in terms of its lyrical. A lot of my songs sometimes become just a rap version of a character analysis for the song, which I'm really proud of, because I feel like some people don't really do that so much so, right? And I'm really happy with this song because I was able to, I think, get the sort of twisted ideology of Eren throughout the lyrics of this song. It's like the pulsing beat of the lyrics of this track is his general morality. A lot of people criticized Attack on Titan, the story. I'm just talking about the story here. For a lot of its inconsistent morals, but I think part of the appeal of the story is that there is no good character in Attack on Titan by the end of it. I think every single character is in a little bit flawed or a little bit evil, and they're just trying to justify their own morals. And I think I really wanted to paint that picture with this song. I think that I saw people get in arguments and be like, how can Mikasa be a good character when she did all this evil shit? Or how could this character... It's like, yeah, they're all bad people now, right? That's just sort of the natural result of war, and I think it's something that people are not used to with shonen anime having clear good and bad. And even when shonen anime have gray morals, it's that's the unique aspect of those characters. But when every character is in this sort of gray, self-serving world, almost similar to our universe, it becomes a more interesting story in my opinion. So I would like that. Anyway, some people don't like that, so I get that, but that's why I wanted to funnel that through this song. Sorry, Jesus Christ. I'm a fucking anime rapper. I shouldn't be talking about
DNA, I ain't having this. They wanted fear, but won't be afraid of the catalyst. They talk in peace, but the messages come on battleships. Activists talking freedom, but their freedom comes with asterisks.
I love that shit. I love
devils. They branded us with our chains metal. Standing up, I'm untamed feral. Brightest blood in our names, rebels. Had enough of your games levels. Never change where the blame settles. Men will pray to the same temples. Fight and die for the same medals.
I mean, in the same vein as Rengoku. So I know I talk about rhymes so much, but I don't really get this opportunity to, like, you know, it's not like when I release my songs, I can then post a fucking comment being like, by the way, guys, here are all my rhymes. I'm really proud of them. The rhymes in this are really good. E to A to the A, Edel. But also it all makes, you know, men all pray to the same temples, you know. Never change. E to A with a blame settles A, Edel, right? It just keeps going. And it all makes sense and it all flows really well. And holy shit, does it take ages to write like this? This is why I had to go to bi-weekly, and it's also why I don't do features as much anymore, because majority of the time spent on me making music is writing. And I think part of the reason I spend so much effort on this is because obviously I have this pride in my lyrics and my rhymes and stuff, but also because I know I don't have a naturally good rapping voice. I don't have this sort of, if I just rapped like any old lyrics, they just wouldn't sound cool when I do it. I have to put this effort into the writing because I feel like it's one of the only appeals I have. But I
cannot change fate. Welcome your death with a brave face. See all the hate that the grave takes. Leave a name stain. We became slaves to the cycle of bloodshed we maintain. I've been wearing my sins like it's face pain. Put the gun to my head when I take aim. We be living this nightmare till day breaks. When the day breaks and the day's saved.
Live my heart from willing arms, but they can't take my mind. Brand new start.
Obviously, Maguire's great on everything I do.
Taking on vengeance is my right. I know your eyes on me, so I won't.
The instrumental of this is incredibly simple. It is like 2 instruments, but it has a lot of variety in terms of its dynamics because I do... what I did was I have a automation filter in all of the strings and the choirs, so they come in and then they cut off suddenly. They have this like pulsating vroom, right? You hear it.
Take the time you need, so just whittle down your expectations.
Right, it has that.
Your future's on the way. And now
So we have this ominous thing, this chorus. I've been appointed God, but in the dark we all hear different voices. You know, we all try to justify our own means of survival, and we try and all say that we're morally right, but what is morally right is different depending on different people, and we're all bounded and slaves to something. Even the most freest man in the world is still a slave to his own ideals. I wanted to get across a lot of these thoughts, right? Call me a philosophy rapper.
Blinded by grace, silently pray, tighten up right with the grave. I put my crimes on display, right in the play. I left what's mine in the grave. They want to talk, but I'm finally safe.
And I have this whole section, and then I really love the bridge of this section. This like ending part of the song is so
The
good.
unyielding whims of fate can't be restrained as long as planets turn. I fanned the flames in hell and then complained about my scars and burns. Dictating man's morality is not a case that's been deserved. You cannot judge me for my sins
When all the courts have been adjourned.
courts have been adjourned. Men decide our justice, they will view our crimes through different eyes. We're all a slave to something, but our freedom is what we decide. I'm numb to who I'll know I'll be. The murder that I felt through time. The things we love will often be the things that cause our own demise.
I love that section. And then originally the third chorus was going to be the same, but I was like, this sucks as a third final chorus because it's quite a low-key ominous chorus, and we're like, we need to do something different. And Maguire sent me a video of Kanye West doing this like gospel thing. He's like, can we do that? And I was like, sure. And I like spent ages creating this like clap kick rhythm because it's only percussion. When Maguire comes in here, it's just vocals and percussion. No, there's no instruments here. It's just percussion vocals. And obviously Hallage CG on the back. Hallage CG and Maguire's vocals complement each other so well, it drives me insane. I always feel guilty asking Hallage CG to do backing vocals for me because she always knocks it out of the park, and I'm like, but I know that it's such a small part of a song, and I feel like she deserves to be a main feature. I do have her on a song this year, but Hallage CG's incredible. Check her out. She's one of the fastest improving artists in the nerdcore community, and she is one of the most dedicated, and probably one of the most underrated in my opinion.
Just hear what I got to say.
incredible. Oh, didn't mean to click on this one yet. We'll get to that. So that's S tier, obviously. Is it better? Oh, shut up, Daniel. Shut up. Is it better than Over For You? I'm not sure. But those are definitely my top 2 tracks of the year. It's a shame they came out so close to each other. All downhill from here, gamers. That's my cousin. I don't even know if I'll ever make a song as good as those 2 again, but we'll see. All right, next up is the Gold D. Roger rap. So, it is not a Gold D. Roger rap. It is, what I wanted to do was write a rap about One Piece in general. I love One Piece, and I wanted to make a track where I just make a bunch of One Piece references. And Gold D. Roger was like, it made sense, right? Like, he's the hook, he's the crux of the whole series. So, I like the verses of this. I don't like the hook of it. I struggled with the hook. I've been struggling with rap hooks this year, I think. They're a niche thing to get right, and I've been struggling with them. This hook is a limerick as well.
I feel like Roger, way up in gold. I like a god, they chase what I hold. King of the pirates, they look to my guidance, and now they go ride for lands I foretold. I feel like Roger, way up in gold. They not forgot the fame that I hold. King of the pirates, they wanna go find it and leave it behind, my treasure in gold. Sometimes I feel like I'm Roger. They gon' ride for my coffers. They want me to be mad, they want what I have, I want them to prosper. Yeah, we deal in gold with no coppers. Chopper flow, they broke with no doctors. Cop the throne and shown them my roster. Pirate king, they want what I offer. Box him out, leave a man like Gaiman.
I have a lot of really obscure One Piece references in this.
Flow, how these hands like diamonds.
Like Jozu?
Talk with kings like Poseidon. Got the power scale is whining about bad writing. Sit down, had to let they wobble, they got big mouths. They ain't never messing with the king's crown. You gate to weevils, they be my sons, but they act like they discount. I got my ships out, act like they gin, how they change when they see how we eatin'.
I like that, because obviously Gin was like, hated Sanji, and then he ate Sanji's food, and then he liked Sanji. You know what I mean?
I stay ahead of the show, how I'm reading. Cousins, oh god, I gotta leave out by freezing. Malnutrition, how your berries low.
I like that as well, because berries obviously currency, malnutrition, how you're not eating enough vitamins, but you also have no money, because you're poor. Ow! I hurt myself by hitting my hand with the ring too hard. I have no gangster energy.
The periscope, I keep a long arm like it's Jerry's coach.
This is my favorite line. I keep a long arm like it's Jerry's coach, because a long arm is a slang for a gun, but a Jerry... Jerry has long arms, and he's in one of the coaches of 1 and 7.
Goat rise, that's how Mary floats.
Watch his goat rise, that's how Mary floats, because Mary is a goat.
Don't need a jury, watching Big Brother like I'm
Katakuri.
I go Frankie on another cyberbully. Be like Eva, how I'm turning pricks to pussies, they be...
Because Eva could change the genders. Pricks to pussies, because you're a prick, because you're a dick. You're a pussy, because you're a vagina.
Wanting pleasure like my name was Fizzy, dropping kilos on him like I'm Valentine. You gon' see the worst like I'm a super rookie. I'll be leaving oceans like a paradise.
It's just jam-packed. It's just jam-packed with lines.
Like Chow Chow, I got the clutch and McGorris, they bow down. Fucked around and they found out feet flames. I hit them like Sanji Roundhouse. And my scripts and poneglyphs and redstone. Had your dinner, do it big, I'm well known. Man's like him, they wanna win, but they won't. Afro King, I'm in the ring like KO. Knockout, man's like God when the rock's out. Put in the place like it's lockdown. Dropping these ops and I've lost count. Scratch
so here's the thing about this song though.
Card that I've crossed out. Read it back, Xing them out like a treasure map. I'm spitting knowledge like taking rands.
It's so funny. So many people thought this was me for some reason, but no, it's Taking, obviously. Shout out Taking. So, hey Taper, how you doing? So here's the problem with this track, though. Here's a problem with this track. I think if you were watching this track and you are a fan of just all of these One Piece references and you enjoy it, it's great. But I think musically, if I were to listen to this on Spotify and just sort of like be playing something or just listening to it, it's not that interesting to listen to, I think. The chorus is not good. I think that the instrumental is just very similar throughout.
They battle with less protection than even Rebecca has. I got a pen and it gives life. Devils like pirates, they know I'm gon' bid high.
Like, it's okay. The rhymes are decent and stuff. I don't know. I've fallen off this track over time. And I would have it as a high B personally, because the bars do hard carry, but I don't know. If we're comparing it to all of my other songs this year, that I think it's a high B. Because I can't just be like, I can't have this whole situation where, and I might end up moving Beast down as well, because I think that's in a similar sort of vibe. In that high B category. Do you know what I mean? Also, yeah, Maguire's at the end. Hi, Maguire, how you doing?
The thing that I hold. I feel like Roger, way up in gold. I'm like a god, they chase what I hold. King of the pirates. embarrassed, they looked at my gun, and so now they go ride for lads I got told. I feel like Roger way I've been gold.
Which is cool. It is cool. I actually think I've retroactively moving Beast down because of this, because I just feel like they're quite boring is what they are, right? Musicality-wise, they have really good lines, right? But I think that's only one aspect of a good song, right? They may both be like A tier in terms of bars, but I think they're both low tier in terms of music, in my opinion. And I'm trying to avoid that, you know? Like, I've proven with Rengoku that I can have a song that is S tier musically as well as S tier bar-wise. Does that mean? So at the moment, I'm going to put them high B. Both of them. Also, I think with Maguire inclusion at the end there, maybe I should have just had Maguire on the track in general, but I just didn't want to have Maguire on every song of mine. Even though he's on my songs a lot, I kind of just wanted him on every song. Alright, the next song here is Tanjiro vs. Ichigo. Now, I don't think Tanjiro vs. Ichigo is as good as Alucard vs. Dio, and that is entirely my fault, because admittedly, I don't know enough about Bleach, and I've done this mistake twice, and I keep doing this. I've read, like, most of Bleach, but my brain just doesn't retain the knowledge like other series, because I just don't like it that much. And therefore, when I'm trying to diss it, I just can't think of anything. I think I do okay, but
You need a hollow detector. I'm rooting these demons right out of the riff-raff.
Also, fun fact, some of these lyrics are like 3 years old. This was a rap battle that I had planned to do in 2019, I think. And the instrumental is the same instrumental, it's just changed slightly. I changed aspects of it, but it is I think it is the same instrumental. I like changed the bits that I improved on, things like better drums and bass and mix, but yeah, it was original one, and I had the first verse of that one already written. I like scrapped most of it, but I included some of the lines. And the notes as well.
I be protecting my sister whilst all of the people that you love, they always end up kidnapped.
That's a line, for example.
You're a low life, wanna kill all black, but you won't try.
This is because of the New Zealand rugby team is called the All Blacks. And Ichigo is always in that all black with a black sword, a black bankai. That was the idea, right? But you won't try because he doesn't put in the effort but try is a rugby term. A lot of people didn't get this. I told Biscuit, who edited these. Biscuit does an incredible job editing these, by the way. Shout out to all of the editors. I should be shouting them out each video because they all do an incredible job. Biscuit did an incredible job editing this, and I told them to put in the fern for the New Zealand rugby team. But lots of people didn't get it because they don't know anything about rugby.
You're reckless, should recall that, so your mum died. Stay getting lucky is a mystery. All that fame that you're starting gonna miss me. You're gonna say that you're something, but we know that you're nothing when they talk about kicking you out of the big three. Aim your aggressions, substitute, but I'll be making the lessons. On the move, I draw the blade in a second. Aim in the weapon.
Again, I wanted to focus on the musicality of these as well. So I have the interesting rhymes, the A to the Eren, A to the Evan. I have this like section. Because the author, his art actively got worse over the course of the series, but that's. Again, this is all like regurgitated. A lot of them are criticism against Bleach, and that's not Kubo's fault either. That's just because of the nature of Japanese mangaka.
Aim for the head, but you ain't get him. Cut him to shreds, leave a brain section. You see the dead in your own reflection.
That line, I really like that line, but I felt like I didn't punch it hard enough. That's because Ichigo can see the dead, right? But I wanted to make a line about how if you wanted to see the dead, all you need to do is look in a mirror, right? But I couldn't get it to work, and I ended up just having it as part of that, and I don't think it hit as well.
Jen's getting narky again. Swap my bankai out, pass me a pen. Spent hours on the rock, leaving hardly a dent. Say you've got a hard head, but now you're just dancing and meeting a certain requirement. Vastly can shift in an urgent environment. Barely could grasp at the gas, but master the act of sending off Hashira's into their early retirement. Burden to and worse influence, word left up to you.
I think Conquest just fucking destroys me in this.
If my team was with you, I'd turn to the demons. Yeah, you got flashy visual, sure, geez.
But yeah. Anyway, I think it's a B tier rap battle. Again, I think like a B tier rap battle because of me. It's just not as good as Alucard versus Dio. But when you think about these, I would like to do a video where I rank all of my songs ever, because stuff like Tanjiro vs. Ichigo, I think, is a better rap battle than a lot of my old ones, right? I think that it's better than Oh god, I gotta look at my old rap battles. It's like better than Killua versus Sasuke and stuff like that, right? That's just one of the rap battles. You know, it's better than Meliodas versus Natsu, right? It's better than Bakugo versus Vegeta. It's better than Todoroki versus Zuko. It's not as good as Luffy versus Goku, but you know what I mean? It's better than a lot of these older ones, which I'm sure that I ranked higher. So if we did like a big old tier list. But in terms of this year, it's B tier. All right, next song. Yuta. Oh, I love this. I watched the movie. I wasn't even sure this song would do well, but I went in to watch the Jujutsu Kaisen movie with Xiao Do. I watched it with Xiao Do, and I left the movie going, I gotta make a song about this guy. I just loved the movie so much. Devo S? Interesting. It straddles the line for me, but I don't know which one it is.
All these promises of love can leave you broken. Hear the snapping bows, the golden chords run parallel to melody.
I wanted to write a song about how your attachment to others and your love can cause you grief, and what you need to do, you need to learn how to move on and channel that grief into a positive thing, right? Again, it's like character analysis for Yuta. I think the story is so good that in that movie, I like Yuta more than Itadori, right? Jujutsu Kaisen as a show, I kind of enjoyed, but the thing that was holding it back for me was I didn't care. It's the thing that holds me back for a lot of like modern shonen that I'm watching, is that I just don't care about a lot of the characters, and I don't care about a lot of characters in Jujutsu Kaisen, and I get a bit confused of what's going on. But this movie, I really like Yuta, I really like Panda, I like Maki, I like Speech Boy. I think they're all way better characters in my opinion. Obviously, I've only watched season 1 Jujutsu Kaisen. They're way better characters to me and interesting than, even in just the short period of time of this movie, than the 3 main characters, Itadori, Megumi, and Noribara. Inumaki, that's his name.
Melodies and happy tones. Maybe I was scared of what it would be like to stand alone. The crimes are not my doing, but the sins are ones I can atone. Love and hate, they make perfect partners. Unafraid to lay claims to martyrs.
Again, rhymes. A to A to the A to Ada.
Advocator won't wait for answers. Cut away for the pain, katanas, darkness. I'm causing carnage. I've been blind to the grief I harness. Made it mine, I'm gonna keep my.
It's quite a low-key instrumental because it's sort of solemn.
Chances, mucky time, make them see like glasses. Leaving my memories tarnished. That would a devil incarnate. Wish I had asked that when you've been living through trauma, it's over the need to let go that will hit you the hardest.
Which is, you know, it's this difficulty of like, it's this pain of letting go of trauma can sometimes be more difficult than the trauma itself.
Granted, bound to the brush that will paint my target. Drive for the murder, gonna live through hardship. All the regrets for the life of the girl that departed.
Hate that I became something you couldn't like.
And again, I feel like it was really important to have the 2 perspectives of the 2 characters in this song, so I wanted HAHAHAHAHAH to do the chorus. Fun fact about this chorus, it's the first time I ever got someone to rewrite a chorus, not because it's the first time I ever got a chorus I wasn't satisfied with, but because I'm a coward, and when someone sends me a hook and I don't think it's good, or at least used to, and I didn't think it was good, I would just be like, okay, and then I'd use it anyway, right? Or I would never put out the song. That rarely happened, but HAHAHAHAH sent me the chorus, and it was good, but it was like, it sounded like just a long verse. It wasn't catchy. There wasn't enough repetition. It wasn't catchy. And I was like, sorry, HAHAHAHAH, I like it, but it needs to be more catchy, more chorusy. And she was like, great. And then she got me back a chorus that was, in my opinion, way better. And oh gosh, the anxiety that spiked through my body when I sent, no, HAHAHAHAH probably doesn't know this. I probably apologized a lot to her while sending those messages, but I almost, I felt awful messaging HAHAHAHAH being like, I don't like it. Can you do these changes? Jesus Christ, that feeling was like so heavy on my chest. I don't know if I have the original hook to show you guys.
Until the end, I was the curse that hurt the people closest. Never meant to be a burden, just wanted to protect you. Special, great, and special person, and I know that it affects you. All the pressure always scares ya. I know separate we'd be better. Won't cry, yeah.
It's good, I like it though.
So it's okay to say goodbye.
But for example, like, that first bit where it goes, you, she did that in the original version, she did that, but she only did it once, and then she went into something else, and then she went into something else, you know what I mean? There's not this, like, choruses tend to have this like repetition of melody to make it catchy, and she didn't have that really at all. It was all good little chunks of melodic ideas, but like she just needed to focus on one or two of them and expand on them to make it into a chorus, and she did, and it looks incredible. And I really like this, like the theme of it and everything. The lyrics are incredible.
Goodbye, I hope that you had a good life. I know the process, it took time. No, I did nothing and stood by. I was denying the fact that you could die. If anything, wish they had took mine. I misunderstood why. Thank you for loving me, you were my good side. Good side, special grade, a special person. Cut me open like a surgeon.
I really like this. I think the lyrics are quite good, but they're not as good as Eren or Rengoku.
Future is something we want to determine. My mindset is certain. I'm sick of the baggage and leaving you hurting. I've not been observing like Kinemaki. I be speaking in wordless. Through my actions, I make peace with my burdens. I gotta push down my fears, but I'm nervous. Hard to let go, but I know I deserve this. Rigor, I'm sorry, did you a disservice? Thank you, I'm sending you back to the surface.
And then
It's weak, I know, but the pain it wouldn't cease. I played a game of make believe.
Again, I had the bridge. Structurally, it's similar to those two songs as well.
To a limbo, chained away to my own love and greed. I don't know what love could mean. I was being selfish and determined that you couldn't leave. You just want what's best for me. It's not your fault.
And Al does an incredible job with the video.
I'm left to grieve. It's hard to be apart, but letting go is what will set you free.
I should have had a pause there. And then had the pre-chorus come in. And Halsey G did a bunch of extra vocals at the end for me. I wanted that sort of dramatic ending. I like this song. The Rusted Bridge is a classic now. The violins are LA scoring strings. Anyway, it's either low S or high A. I'm going to put it in low S for the moment, but we shall see what happens. But I really like it a lot. I don't think it's as good as these two, but I think it's good. All right, we've got the Hunter x Hunter track next. Now, this is a song that's been in... The people who featured on this track don't know this, but this song was been an idea I had. It's been in my project. So I have like a Google document where I have all of my songs. It's like a project timeline of the music that I'm working on. And things get pushed back a lot when things crop up. And this was a good case of things getting pushed back a lot because things like the Eren Jaeger track and the Yuta track and the rap battle, all things that I weren't originally part of my plan, and I put in. I did a little bit more last minute, and there was a lot. But honestly, the Hunter x Hunter track was gonna come out like round here, I think, and it wasn't. It was originally going to be a UK trio track plus Xiaodo. It was gonna be me, Swabity, Conquest, and Xiaodo, but it kept being, they could testify, I just kept pushing it back and then not doing it. And then I was like, I want to do this track again. I haven't done Hunter x Hunter in a while. It's a good idea. Nobody else has really done it, even though you feel like someone would have by now. I'm going to do it. But this time, I want to put the Loop guys on a track and it just be all the Loop people. No, obviously, there's a lot more Loop people than just these three, but I got Breton Boy, Ham Sandwich, and Aerial Ace, and they all do a really good job. My problem with this track is that it's essentially a cipher without the appeal of a cipher, right? It's supposed to be... Nicky Uma, thank you for the subscription. It is a cool shirt. Look at this. It's very cool. Also, AI and Polaria, thanks for subscriptions. I appreciate it. And Back Crazy, Deadline, PNM, thanks for all the subscriptions, and Gibbs. Okay. It should have had some sort of a hook. Every time it should have had some sort of better structure or some... it should have been like my Team Taka rap, I think. Kinda, where I liked Team Taka because it was more musical. It had a hook. All four of us were rapping on the verses almost together. It worked well in that way. I think a lot of the rappers on the Team Taka track didn't like that their verses were so short. I think Ty Wilde would have preferred it, for example, if he had a longer verse on that, because he needs more time to showcase his rapping prowess. He's very good at rapping. And I will have Ty Wilde on something in the future where he can really showcase his rapping prowess like that. But this, I really just did 4 verses, right? And that's okay. I mean, it's just like a cipher, but it's not supposed to be. I think I should have had some sort of hook, but I couldn't think of anything. I did write a couple, but they were all shit. I think the instrumental didn't progress enough for it to keep interest. I think... We'll listen to it now, but... Oh yeah, like the daddy rap. The daddy rap had this cool hook that I think worked well. That was from like 2 years ago, but.
I got kilograms, I got stats, that's plenty. Kill the track or a knockout deadbeats. Businessman, I drink red, that's sherry. Johnny Goons and these frauds gon' test me, huh? Man in the suit, they gon' move when the crew pulls up in a brand new Bentley, huh? Sick of this dude at your room with my boots in the face, they gon' bed to be sick.
I love rapping as like characters like this because it's so fun to make up bars. You know, when you rap as like Goku, cause I hate rapping as Goku because it's like he's Goku, you just rap. But I love rapping about relatively obscure characters because you could really dig into these niche things about them and make really fun and interesting bars about them.
Winning big like a sweepstake. Kill him quick, that's a briefcase.
Kill him quick, that's a briefcase is so good. Oh, I muted it by mistake. Gosh.
They got broken dreams, they got green days. Call a doctor in if you feel.
Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Green Day. Like I had good lines in here. Good Green Days, like I get lots of green. It's a money day.
Fatality votes up, they got no luck up their own ass like a B-day. 2 rounds coming like a spectacles and ethicals and dots like a decimals. The testable, the fit is exceptional, respectable. Don't mess with professionals. I've been raking votes like collectibles.
Did I have a stuffy nose during this? It sounds like I have a blocked nose.
We get them out like a technical. I've been sick of these fake the lecture rules. Your boss shit if you just go forget them all.
Thunderclap, run it back, one attack and he's finished.
Oh, Ham goes crazy here, I
Thunder
think.
crash, hunter class, one clash, you get lifted. Sudden dash, run his cash, if you blink you might miss it. Cut his cap while he nap, shot a Kruger, no biscuit. Hey, looking for a killer, call a kamikaze if you find me in the field. I'm just trying to keep it real. If I only cut you, I cut you a deal. Family chopper, I send the birds at him. Murder suit, Bonnie Canary. The rounds that I carry could body a fairy. I walk with that Tommy if he acting Jerry. Look, he gon' go head, go for going's head.
I do really like it. I haven't listened to it in a while, actually.
You finna know the extent of my index. Cross pull when I read no index. I'm a problem that ignores all pim desk. Hand game like a chain gang when your pin set. Working motherfuckers, work up to their fucking judgment.
I think all three of them do an incredible job. So
Walks on my wrist like gone, dropping these hits like gone. Said they want beef with the kid, but when it comes to action, then guess what? Gone. Too afraid to come face to face. You make mistakes with me, you get late to waste. You best vacate the scene, cause I hate to say that if you place against me, you won't leave complacent. That's a heavy statement, and I back it up, cause I'm a freak of nature and I've had enough. Everything till now.
Everything wrong with this song is all my fault, right? I think the instrumental is boring, doesn't have enough variety. I think it should have had a better structure to be more interesting. I think my verse is probably the weakest out of the 4 as well. But all 3 of these guys do incredible, and I can't fault them for that. And for what it is, which is essentially a really short cipher, it is good, right? So it's gonna be, God, that's difficult, because I was certain I was gonna put it in B, and then I listened to it and I heard their verses again, and I remembered that they were good, and I was like, well, maybe it's a low A. You know what I mean? So I don't know. You know, I'm gonna drop it in low A for the moment, and we'll see what happens. Okay. All right. Next up is City Lights. I like this song. So this is another example of me doing a really long verse, like Sakuna, like Beast. So I just wanted to rap as Tenzin. Tengen. Shintaro does an incredible job on the video. Easy S, you guys like it? For me, I think this is a high A.
So they know where to find me. I make a twitch like a live stream. I know you
like me, but you won't ever be like me. Huh?
Like shiny. I leave it sick like it's 5G. And I be so bright that they go blind when our eyes meet. Get loud like a confident. Heartbeat decked out like an opulent. RP sent out.
Autotune, R-E. This whole rhyme scheme just exists so I could do the Communist Party line.
They got sickles of blood at the Communist Party.
It's good, sickles of blood at the Communist Party.
In my way around these pussies, the gynecologist asked me. They wanna act like they bullies whilst I'm the opposite. Class C. I'm so flashy. I make it public.
That is not, it's not how you pronounce the word flashy, but I wanted to do it because I thought it would be fun, because it feels like something he would do.
It's bangers and mash. Shit's so nasty. Exit them out like the Amsterdam flag.
Amsterdam flag is 3 X's. I like this line. Add to the
I got my girls and they scantily clad. They out of pocket, but I got the carrier bag.
Also, I am not one to make like, for lack of a better word, sex bars, because it's not. Listen, this is me. I'm not a very like sexually aggressive man. I'm not a I got them bitches, them hoes, you know. No offense to anyone who raps like that. They could do that. It's cool. They've got that energy, right? But I can't do that. It feels awkward when I do that. But if I'm rapping as a character who does get them bitches and them hoes, I feel like I get a little bit of a pass to. You'd never hear it in my original songs. I say that, but I am working on something. But you wouldn't hear that in a personal track. But for Tengen, I do a couple. I got my girls and they scantily clad. It's on the border.
Quick like a panic attack. Leave him destroyed like the ideogram on my back. Move like a man with a passion. The
Oh, I like this bit.
talents and passion. My strings make it blast like it's Packables.
Like it's Packables cannon. Oh!
No flashy in action. I'm going to two swords with the madam's
Like
attraction.
Madam Two Swords?
That's waxed down packing. Can't stand how I'm rapping, but they made the dungeons. So how are they mad at the dragon?
They made the dungeons, or how are they mad at the dragon? It's an ad to the add-on rhyme
They
scheme.
call those moves like they asked that I'm clapping. They beat to a pulp like I'm Samuel L. Jackson.
Like Pulp Fiction.
Sick of
Oh yeah, and there we go. The moons is the ass that I'm clapping.
attraction. That's I'm unmatched. They like doodles to the Mona Lisa. A bunch of dodgy geezers bow before your godly.
When I do these long verses, I like to have it sort of have this like energy dip, if that makes sense. So it sort of rises and then it drops off and then it rises again, right? So that's why the
Leader, they be chatting shit, but secretly they all just want a feature. They so lame, they are nice, so fireworks like I'm Guy Fawkes. They don't know who to fight for, dropping 40Ks like it's white.
like 40k, 40,000, but White Dwarf is a magazine for Warhammer 40k.
Leaving disconnected like a Skype call, put the lights up when the night falls. I've got cornea like
Like an eyeball, like I'm gonna cornea, but cornea's in the eye. God.
blade stream like it's tidal.
Yeah.
Gold bands like it's
Ferochemy. Nobody gets that. That's a Mistborn reference because the okay, maybe I shouldn't make references like this to just like really just stuff that I'm into, but that's what makes my music unique, right? Janelle, thank you for the 5 subs. We've already talked about Rengoku, but I appreciate it. Will of J, thank you so much. 20 months, let's go. So, in Mistborn, there are these guys called ferochemists, and they wear armbands of metal, which they use to store abilities. Some of them can store things like weight, so they can store stuff into there so they can make themselves lighter or heavier. They can or store stuff like information. And you can have a gold band, and they look quite like how Tengen has these gold bands around his arms, right? And I think Sazed in Mistborn has these gold bands around his arms, and he's a ferochemist. So there you go. That's the explanation for you. Gold band. It's not I've made like 3 different Mistborn references.
We fight until they didn't. Buried, leave a demon in the cemetery. Ice cold like it's
Ben and Jerry's.
Legendary. Still with the notes that I write to the tempo, the time of the piece. Get 'em.
He has a lot of. I have a lot of musical references as well because I think Tengen talks about music. A lot of his moves are named after musical things.
Ready, I'll be afraid of the heights when I'm spending my life at the peak.
Can't be afraid of the heights when I'm spending my life at the peak is a line I came up with when I was at Thorpe Park with Schwabadi, Shaudo, Connor Quest, Olaf, Keiru, Breton Boy. I think that's it. I hope I'm not forgetting anyone. We were queuing for a ride and we were high up, and I jokingly said, someone asked if I was afraid of heights, and I said, I can't be afraid of the heights if I spent my life at the peak. And I was like, oh, that's a good line. I've got to put that in my next song. And this was my next song. So that would have been in whatever the next song was going to be, that would have been in it. So there you go. I'm going to put that at high A, just because I think it's really good, but I just don't think it really... Maybe low S. Actually, fuck it, low S. All right. Let's take a look at the next one. This has already gone on for an hour, and we're already... We're not even... See, I knew this was going to be like a 3-hour stream. I'm so sorry. Everyone who's watching this is going to be a while. I really go on tangents about my own music, and I'm holding myself back. I swear I am, because I feel like I could talk for an hour about any of these songs, right? I could do a proper deep dive into all of them. Okay. Eisen could be... Eisen, sorry. It's either a high A or low... I'm going to put it here, actually. It's so between the two... Right, I'm gonna listen to Sasuke. I think this is a high A. Just before I listen to it, because I think the instrumental's a banger. I think everyone who raps on it is good. There's just no hook. Really? I struggled with rap hooks this year. I think you could tell that. All of my good hooks are not written by me this year.
Yeah. I've been spitting balls of flames, the scorch remains, rose from my feet like a ball terrain.
Why is it such low quality?
Man's in the Hall of Fame. Did the bullshit, you're an alternate. Leave a scene full of caution tape. I got venom in my blood, how I caught mistakes. I be stringing hit together, how I orchestrate. They fall from grace and covered like it's Watergate. I'm like,
this is my first time working with Haruko, I think, and he did great. Wait, no, what? No, yeah, Haruko, there we go. Gosh.
oh damn, second-hand ninjas, they Oxfam.
British Oxfam is a charity shop.
With no contact. They need a team.
This is one of the best UK trio verses, like in terms of the verses. Oh my god. Magic the Gathering reference.
The blood like spray paint. Ain't got the brains or words that vacate. Way that they break, they calling AA. Arguing back to back to back to back to back. Grabbing hands like Zacko till the crack. Sharagan, a battle man to man. Dodgy needles like I'm anti-vax. Ice, I feel like ice. Bad boy, you're a
don't play nice. Bad boy. Some people didn't like that.
Boy, yeah, this bitch gon' die.
I like that though.
Code in my veins, code in my blood.
I like this hook because it's like low energy compared to the others. Actually, I like this.
You're testing your luck, pity your case to an unholy god.
Full on renegade like a venom. I still made lemonade, reinvented on different levels, man. Hands on MMA, eyes on weapons grip.
Oh, it's good.
Still, let me demonstrate, don't bro me, my bros are mental kids. Now I carry bare lead like pencil kids. Now I carry my demons with me. Took that snake and put it him down 6 feet.
Oh, that's insane. Yes, Strawberry goes mad.
He's talking jack, I chop through beanstalk. I got mean thoughts.
I think they just all go crazy.
First time observe the danger, risk assessment shit. Make the call of misdirections.
Here's the thing about Schwabadi and Conquest is they never miss, right? The floor for Schwabadi and Conquest is high. You know what I mean? There are rappers who maybe they'll diss out the best verse ever, but then on another track they'll just kind of do a mid verse. I feel like I can fall into that category a lot. But Schwabadi and Conquest, they never do bad, right? Their floor is A tier, right? Sometimes they'll do amazing, but they'll never be bad. And that's why I get them on every cypher, because I know even if other people drop the ball, guaranteed I'm going to have 2 good verses from Schwabadi and Conquest. God, I said high A, but then I'm like, maybe this is actually S tier.
Blood, code in my veins, code in my...
But the hook lets it down, I think. I gotta put it up. Oh, gosh. Okay. All right, we're going to listen to Spider-Man now. A lot of people are saying S. Maybe I should do polls if I'm undecided. You guys can decide for me. Tangled in the Web. All right. So this was a big risk when I did this, because I hadn't done any comic book characters before this point. I've only done 2. I've done Spider-Man and Joker, and I'd like to do more. The next one I'm probably going to do is Batman. And the next one after that will probably be a UK trio, Spider-Man, Daredevil, and... who's the other guy? Deadpool. Trio rap. But Batman first. Ben Schuler does this thing on this, and Ben loves Spider-Man, so that's why I got him on it.
Taking on everything I can. Ooh, got 'em tangled in the web.
This song, this year, when I made this song, I wrote it, both verses, and then I scrapped it and rewrote it. I completely rewrote the verses on this track because I wasn't happy with it. I don't know if I still am. It's a weird BPM. It's like 126 BPM or something, which is like a weird point for rapping for me. When I do raps, they're normally in that 140 to 160 range, like Rengoku or OP or, any of these. Or they're in that sort of 90 to 100 range, like Goldie Roger or the Shanks track or stuff like that, right?
This is a life I'm meant to live.
Yeah. I I got more problems than enemies. Tie all the threads, I don't care who you send for me. I'm dripping red like it's grenadine.
So it's like slower.
It's hot like it's kerosene. Webbing freaks, I fight them 9 to 5. I'm getting green, I'm riding high tonight. My energy is lighting up the skies. I set it free, the spider's here to bite like venom seeping. They be seeing black, we let them sleep. I leave them eating sand. See, they like Pete, they wanna be the man. These boys be lost, they be like Peter Pan. Drop them.
And again, Al does an incredible job with this. He does this whole comic book style, which I think is incredible.
Like a scene out of Gotham. I don't only eat, I be goblin. Get into the green like I'm Boston. I be dropping bombs like I'm Osborne. Tombstone, put them in a coffin.
Like a fucking basketball line, like the Boston Celtics.
Stereo, they be chatting gas. Like my name, how this man be.
I do reference a lot of villains because I feel like a lot of these superheroes are defined by their villains.
Like a taxi cab.
And like New York references, and I think
cameras flash back to back. I make him crash like an Apple Mac. Enter my city, my habitat. I'll be the rhythm, I'll be the beat.
I experimented the way that I rap verses.
This is a life I'm meant to live. They said I won't be nothing far from something. The city you won't forget.
I like this chorus. It's quite a long chorus. That's my. I mean, I just gave him a long period of time to write to.
With no mixes, and I'm gonna whip your skin, I'm too vicious. How I'm gonna up the scales but no lizard. They be asking Jameson for those pictures, and I got 6 shots, I go sinister.
I like that. 6 shots, I go sinister.
You know your mixed job with no listeners. You can go quiz og that I'm this strong with a limiter.
Because when they swapped bodies in one of the Spider-Man comics, Dr. Octopus was like, oh my god, Spider-Man is way stronger than I thought, because Spider-Man's always holding himself back.
Because I do their job when they get lazy. Adrian put them in tombs. I'm at their neck like it's fruit of the loom.
Like the clothing brand. Anyway, it's a cool song.
Spider's gonna pack a punch of red hot.
But I think it's a high A. I just think it's. I skipped the Gwen Stacy bar. Yeah. Breaking Bad's like it's Gwen Stacy. Okay. I think it's a high S, a high A. Just because it's one of those songs. I'm moving Eisen down. It's one of those songs where it's good on all counts, but not incredible. I think the chorus is really good. I think my verses are... it's my verses. I'm not as happy with my verses on that track as I am with, like, some of these other songs. Like, I think my verses on all of these songs and this one, even in kind of these are better. I feel like I just didn't do as great of a job in my verses. Compositionally, I think the chorus is really good, but I didn't do anything interesting in the final chorus. I just added, like, my rapping over the top, which I didn't think that was that good. I didn't do anything interesting like I did with Janald's, with the backing vocals, or with the Eyes on Me, with the thing. It doesn't have that wow factor, but it's a good song. So I'm going to put it in A tier. I'm going to put it in A tier. That's where it goes. All right. Buggy rap. Yeah.
They're seeing clowns and they're nervous. Don't want to step in the circus. You bet the dead knows see this red nose at his curtains. Quite the illustrious person. I got my crew in my
Lots of S's for Clussy. This is an A tier song, I think. I think this is a mid A tier song. This is like a better Goldie Roger track, I think. Because it has all the One Piece references, but it has energy to it, and I think the hook is way better.
For a punchline, you ain't very funny. Got the knives out, cause I'm getting hungry. They gon' cry out like they begging mommy. They gon' fight clowns, this be getting ugly. Got green on my ears, got a head like Krusty. Boat and load and lay them flat. Joker flow, I'm known to break a bat. Blows like Moji, so I'm taming cats. Overflow, this bro's a ladies man. Play my cards, I hold my ace in hand. Stealing bars like kleptomaniacs. Blown apart, I rearrange a man. Mr. 3 the way I'm making wax. No guts, how this man's berserk. Talk with beats like I'm Attenborough. Juggalo flow, I be splitting my north and south.
Like questioning, how did these magnets work? You know, like magnets, how did they work? I really like this song.
They be getting artificial green like his AstroTurf victories that this man deserved.
Fun fact about this song, I wrote and recorded this in one day. I finished recording and mixing this, and hour later, I was at the airport to get on a flight, right? I stayed up all night to finish this song to get it finished before I got on a flight. I can't quite remember where I was going at the time. I think it was right before I went on tour. So I kind of went mental. I went Super Saiyan for a day to get this finished on time.
Nervous.
Don't want to step in the circus. I quite like this rap hook. Out of all the rap hooks I did this year, I quite like this one.
This red nose at his curtains. Quite the illustrious person. I got my crew and my servants. Look at the dress.
Oh, my audio cut out again. What a life, huh? But yes, it's good. I enjoy it. I love this song. I think it's a mid A tier song.
In the circus.
And I had the little singing on the side.
You bet the dead nose, see this red nose at his curtains. Quite the illustrious person. I got my crew and my servants. Look at the dress code, got the best clothes in the circus. The only way this buggy bombs is when
I'm firing cannons. Okay. It's a good song. Let's put it in mid A. Let's put it right there. I think that's a good place for it. Family Business. Let's go. I like Family Business a lot. I think this is some of my best verses I did this year. It's probably an S tier song.
Like I live a live revisions, I write like Mr. Hyde.
This song has one mistake in it. That's my bad.
Just inside, I'm staying fine like butterfly knives. Cable ties that smothered my pride. Stays inside like blood and fine white. We tying knots like husbands and wives.
Hey, come and try and light, have a sparkle, artful, twisted a dodge, have a startle, marvel. I stay on top of the castle, shifting the blame like a pass in the parcel. They on the run like they marbles, don't want to call in the marshals. I never miss like a marple, whole bunch of rascals. I don't even need to play it, I know it. This bit in the end of the first verse is insane, actually. Right, hold up.
It's like a marble, whole bunch of rascals. I'm about to set an example. They ask for paper, please, and I forge them.
A to E to Aurum. Hold up.
I got the cake to please like I'm golden. They wanna play with me like they're the KGB until I
make them need a post-mortem. Oh my god! They want to play with me like they're the KGB until I make them need a post-mortem is crazy.
They got a data breach of informants, thinking the agencies are important. Leave it with
vacancies, I do it graciously. I never make a scene, I just cause them.
Graciously, I never make a scene, I just cause them.
I go crazy. And then the chorus is great because I got both Ori and Maguire to combine to be, it's kind of like the whole family singing, you know? There is one mistake, and it was my fault. I wrote the lyrics of the chorus. I didn't make the melody. Ori made the melody, but I wrote the lyrics. So, this bit at the end is supposed to be the same melody line. Wait. Just one more job. So it goes, just one more job on there. It goes, da 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 da. That's so. When I wrote out the lyrics, I accidentally included a just here. It's supposed to be, this is the family business, right? Because then it's just one more heart on the hit list. They're supposed to be the same melody, if that makes sense. Da, 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 and da, 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 da. But I added the just, I added a syllable, and it fucked up the rhythm of it. So now it goes, this is just a family business, right? And I think... And in my opinion, because of that, maybe it only bothers me because I know how it was supposed to sound. But when Oreo sent me the vocals, I heard that and I was like, wait, that can't be right. And I looked at the lyrics, I was like, oh shit, I wrote the lyrics wrong. But you get it. Anyway.
Me and the fam get it done on the clock, you can make statistics. Don't understand every time that we drop, it's amazing the witness. Try to say I can handle this, the man's legit. I've written every manuscript in like a panzer tank, so they all look at me thinking, I shine.
I'm so
like
proud of
Stella.
that. And this section is the most replayed. I really like it. There's a lot. This song's great. I'm putting it in mid S. I think it's some. I'm gonna put it right there. It's some of the best lyrics I wrote this year. Like some of the best verses I wrote this year. All right. Now, Unbreakable. Actually, this is my worst performing song of the year, I think, besides my music video. I think people didn't vibe with this one as much, and I think I know why. I think I went with the completely wrong vibe. I think Soundwave Fox knocks it out of the park with all of his sections. And I think my lyrics are good. I think there was a clear mismatch with my vocals and the beat in terms of like, it's just not the sort of thing I sound good over. Which is a shame because I think if this was a Soundwave Fox song where Soundwave Fox did the verses and Soundwave Fox did the chorus, I would love it. But I think I ruined this song. So this song is obviously inspired by Linkin Park. When I asked Soundwave Fox to produce this is the one song, this one and the Sasuke one are the two songs this year that I didn't produce myself. When I asked Soundwave Fox to do this one, I was like, I sent him a bunch of Linkin Park songs. Like, we got to make it like this, like new metal, right?
brandishing immovable feats.
Also, my vocals are quite quiet. That is also my bad because I think I was just listening on the wrong headphones and he sounded fine, and then I should have told him to mix my vocals louder, but I that's completely my bad, but I think my vocals not being that strong.
What we salvage from the ruins of dreams.
I'm quite
I choose
quiet
to
on
be
this.
Free. I'm brandishing immovable feats. The jungle may be looking endless, but we root for the leaves. I keep on pushing down the scales with every wound that I leave. With what we lose and we grieve, I wear the truth on my sleeve. We keep on walking on the pathways, they were tombs underneath. And both the brutes and the meek will keep on fueling the greed. I'm not a monster, only I refuse to be weak. I'm not a monster, just a man that's born from a corpse. And every man who wields a blade abides the laws of the sword. And
I mean, I love the lyrics, you know. I'm just a man that's born from the corpse, and every man who wields a blade abides the laws of the sword. The rhymes are good.
Finally, a chorus of wars. You can't complain about the weather when you're causing with storms. I told the world to asunder and cracking backs like it's thunder.
But I think my vocals don't have the presence or the impact because I think it's slightly to do with the mix of my vocals. I do think they're a little bit too quiet, but I also think that I just don't sound good. My voice doesn't sound good over something like this. Like if this was Fable rapping over this, it would be incredible. If this was Schwabity rapping over this, it'd be incredible. But I don't have the voice for this kind of music, and therefore there's a real mismatch here. And I really sound buried.
The darker the shadows cast, the trauma we're afflicted with is counted in our battle scars. They stacked the deck, but I opened another pack of cards.
Video crazy, though.
100 men to me, I turned this
to an abattoir.
Making paragraphs, I cause an avalanche. The hate inside like demons camouflage. I love is sabotage. The blood is where it's written. I'm gonna move through me like cattle farms. The noose is unforgiven, but that's just how all the gallows are.
I love the lyrics. Are so good. If I did this as like slam poetry, it'd be so crazy.
I sing notes. It's hard to tell the truth when you be talking with a slit throat. They kept my fate in writing, but they should have known I ripped those. Power weighing heavy, they've been crushed beneath a king's throne. Punched by world of darkness, I'm still fighting. If I glimpse her, I'm talking to the person in my past that I will bring home.
And it's because I read all of Berserk, and I was like, I love the messages being told here, the sort of futility of life. I really wanted to do a character analysis on Guts in this track, and I think I do a good job.
Lost like we drops in the sand, cause the blood never leaves when we're washing our hands. Man was the sword, cause the blade is inviting. Sins that we bear often shifts with the lighting. Man was the sword, cause he's sick of the fighting. Cause man was the sword, so he may die smiling.
Honestly, it's such a frustrating song to me because I feel like it's so close to being an S tier song. It just has some section, it just has like and Soundwave Fox goes crazy here. It's like it's one of those regrets for me because I feel like I needed to do something. I think my performance was not great. I should have rapped better. I should have worked with Soundwave Fox more in the mix, you know, getting my vocals to be more present and more cutting. I feel like I sound really weak and buried. I feel like he sounds a little bit quiet as well. Like, I don't know, right? I think part of the reason why as well was at the time I felt like I was mixing my vocals too loud on songs, and I was like, I need to get into the habit of not being so loud on songs, because I would listen to my songs on like an Alexa or something and I couldn't hear the instrumental. All I could hear was my voice, and I'm like, I mix my voice too loud. So I was like, maybe it's better that my voice is quiet. You know what I mean? Yeah, so it doesn't have, the vocals don't have that same impact. So I don't know, right? It has all of the I'm gonna put it in A. I was gonna put it in B, but I think it actually does nudge up, and I'm gonna just put it here. Because it has all of the aspects of a good song. So I'm gonna put it there. And it didn't do well, and obviously it didn't perform well comparatively to other stuff, and there is a reason for that. I think things like mix, people notice that straight away, and they go, this doesn't sound as cool. It's part of his favorite collaborations he's ever done, and I agree. I think the song at its core is so good, and I actually genuinely think we could make a remastered version of the song, and it would be like a banger S tier song. Like if I just re-recorded my vocals and we did like a alternative mix to it, it would be like an S tier song. You know what I mean? Anyway, it's my voice. My voice is so difficult to mix as well. I have such a muddy voice that's really difficult to cut through certain types of beats, and especially guitars. I think my voice does not sound good over guitars. But that's life, huh? Sift Music, you should need to go back to see what I talk about Goldie Roger and Beast. But summary for you of why I put them in B tier here at the moment is they're both very strong in terms of like bar direction. But like musically, they're a little bit boring to listen to. Anyway, Pirate King's next. So Pirate King was produced by me, written by me. I wrote this entire song on a train to Newcastle and back. I wrote the first verse on the way there and the second verse on the way back. I produced it on my laptop, and I wrote the hook on 2 train journeys. The train journey is about 3.5 hours, so the whole song was written in about 7 hours. This is an S tier song for me, I think. It's sort of the type of song I really love to make. It is just referencing a whole bunch of stuff I want to do. The video is cool. I rented out a pirate ship in London called the Golden Hind. I got all of my friends that dress as pirates and my brother. And Daddy Fat Steps mixed this because I really wanted it to be good, you know? And I couldn't quite get the mix right. I think Daddy Fat Steps does a pretty good job. It sounds a little different, but he does do a good job. There's me, there's Schwabadi, there's Conquest, there's Keiru, he's my artist. He does all the One Piece D&D and Isekai D&D art. There's Olaf, and my little brother's here as well.
Hi Caesar, you get scored by
There's my little brother in the back there.
supply teacher. They want fame but won't try either. They be
Fake woke like they light sleepers.
Watch a line readers dropping laughing.
Lots of really good lines in this.
Emojis like they hyenas. They are my eager man. You're not well. She a bombshell but got red flags like it's mine.
She a bombshell but got red flags like it's Minesweeper?
That's what I build next. Bank on my skill set. They don't want.
Yes, I did actually pen that verse on a first-class train, right? I was sitting on a first-class carriage train to Newcastle when I wrote that verse. So...
They be shanked, now the film red. Used to be fans of the rap, but I'm still best. Act like a king, have those queens on my bill's head. Ink on the page, they gon' see what the quill said. Man of his age, but no sons when his will's red. Fuck with his brain till he ain't got no pills left. They stay the same, check the page and it's still dead. And this phrase on the first class train.
There you go, pen this phrase on the first-class train.
Straight upgrade when they heard my name. They gon' hate some of us ain't great, but a king don't rate what a servant say. Don't wanna miss, get out of the bus lane. Gave them a lift the way that they upstage. I'm giving gifts for more than your cup makes. I got Conan flowing over in a shut case like
I love this song. I think this song has everything to me. I'm a big inspiration for me of people like Stormzy and Stormzy always comes to mind. But I want to do like these sort of grime sort of just upbeat rap tracks, but then also have a really catchy chorus with it. And I don't sing in a lot of songs, right? Because I'm not a singer, I can't sing. But this is like one of 2 songs this year where I do sing, and I'm quite proud of this one.
On the 7 seas, I'm the king. They gon' talk about legacies. I'm like Celebi on the wind. You don't wanna be enemies. I got men with me, I got wings.
you gon' step in my ship. You gon' mess with the king.
The person who filmed this video was, you know how I took the train to Newcastle? I was going to a convention called SunnyCon. I performed there. I met a guy there who had this like rig and equipment, and I was like, "Oh, yo, I want to film this music video. Would you be able to film it for me?" And he was like, "All right, great." And so once I took the train back down, finished writing it and recorded it, I hit him up, and he came down and filmed the whole thing. And then I sent it off to Al, the person who edited a bunch of my other songs, like the Yuta track and stuff. To do the actual edit of it and put it together. So this whole song was conceived and created, and just the train made the video.
There were no one ahead of me on the 7 seas. I'm the king. They gon' talk about legacies. I'm like Celebi on the wind. You don't wanna be enemies. I got men with me.
Yeah, I also have the Sea Dogs.
And they're horrified. I got green dots like it's Spotify. They got sea shots from my hollow life. It crossed the line, the best be.
I had the dotting eyes like it's Demon Dice. I have a bunch of references here. I just had a lot of fun with it because I could just reference anything I want and use a whole bunch of bars that I've been using. But I think it's good. It's a fun song. The video's really fun. Had a great day. The filming went so much faster than I thought it was going to. We like rented the boat for like 5 hours because we weren't sure how long it was going to take. We were done in like 2 to 3. But it's good. Rustage Mad? Okay. So yeah, that's an S tier song. I think it goes above Family Business. Goes right. Come on. There you go. All right, next up is Madara. Oh, I do like Madara. This is my... I had Shofu on a few solo songs. If you guys don't know the story with me and Shofu, like 3 years ago, Shofu reacted to one of my ciphers on stream and said it was awful. Said it was terrible. All of his friends were making fun of me and my friends. I got very sad because I was a big Shofu fan. I really like his rap. He is an incredible rap artist, and I'd been a fan of his for a few years at that point. So someone told me, "Oh my God, Shofu reacted to your song on stream," and I was like, "Oh, I'm so excited! I'm a big fan of Shofu. I want to see what he thinks about my song." And I just see him saying it. Honestly, it wasn't really him. It was the people in the Discord call with him that were being unreasonably mean. He just said it was bad. Admittedly, it wasn't great. You know, all of us are better rappers now. I think some of the people in the call were being unreasonable and making fun of people's voices, which isn't cool. But I made a tweet at the time and went like, you know, people can be critical of stuff, right? It's fine. I never had a problem with him. I never actually had a problem with him not liking my cipher, but I tweeted to say that I was sad about it because obviously I was a big fan of his and it just made me upset. I wasn't angry at him. I was just sad, right? You know, an idol of yours telling you your shit is going to make you feel sad, so I felt really sad. And then a bunch of my fans were like, "How dare you, Shofu? I'm going to kill you." And Shofu DM'd me apologizing, and I was like, "It's fine." And I took on board a lot of the advice, and over time I got better, and I started, you know, talking to Shofu more. I've hung out on his streams a few times now, and I've met him in person. We've watched basketball games together, and he's a genuinely really lovely guy. He just has this persona on stream with the people around him that can be quite critical, but he's a nice person, and I got him on a couple ciphers after that, and this is the first song that I have him on for real, and I think he does an incredible job with it. And we do a thing where we do half verses. Originally I was going to write a rap hook, but I couldn't think of a hook to do for this track, so I got JHB Boss, who did a great song.
God the vision, I'll be on the mission. They be living life like it's a contradiction in a competition. Read the job description.
It's a bit hard to go back and revisit characters because obviously I said a lot, like, you know, I've said a lot of the stuff already in my other songs, right? I can't reference the exact same stuff. I can't make the same bars again, so I have to make up whole new stuff. Also, thanks Bat Down and 3 Amurai for the subscriptions. I appreciate it.
I'll be breaking numbers like it's long division.
But in this one, I really wanted to just go in, and I really enjoyed making this instrumental.
God the vision, I'll be on the mission. They be living life
I have
like
this on Arte Itten rhyme.
it's a contradiction in a competition. Read the job description.
I really wanted to go more with his ideology in this track.
Breaking numbers like it's long division. Call me Madara, ayy. Judge and jury, I'm the arbiter, ayy. Looking wooden like they Hashira, I gon' weed them out like I'm the god in that, ayy. You lot don't know about that. Dropping planets like a sleeping
I'm so proud of the instrumental.
Needing raptures, body language, they gon' see the patterns. I gon' peep the writing like it's read a rabbit. They gon' see the malice, make a whole army, take a leave of absence of a whole army. You're a reenactment, keep a pole on me. I'll go keep the balance. Fire talking like I speak with dragons.
It just goes crazy. I've got to switch out my battery. It just goes crazy, I think. I'm really proud of my flow and my rhymes. Obviously, I don't think the bars are as in-depth, but I think at this point I was learning that sometimes, you know, you've got to prioritize different things, and I think that, I don't know, it's just good. And the instrumental's good, and then Shofu goes crazy.
No games, you seen disaster, Sharingan, he moves like Cleopatra. Beat me, but you thinking back. Speaking fact, the God Shinobi, homie, we the raps. Renegade people die when I activate. The draw tools got plans to reanimate. Obito upon, I beat you the bomb, I'm reborn, I'm on, I kill shit, I'm gone, I claim shit. Catan got a legendary bloodline. Must fight, Izanagi on your friendly.
Oh, it's insane.
Like a jutsu, plus sign, hit it in the leaves, coming back for what's mine.
Cause a planetary devastation when I'm stepping up. Fire spin, yeah, that's how I did it. No, I'm different, no comparing us. Gucci, I'm rapping when I'm walking up. Susana, her body you couldn't touch. Shinobi's know me when I'm stepping up. When they fear when I'm in the cut. He winning what, that's for sure. I'm up in the score. You know that I'm taking them out.
Don't wanna die by the sword, the bow to your lords. I'm leaving them deep on the ground.
Renegade on me, of course. I keep me a torch. He talked and I'm burning them down.
I feel it straight to my core. I'm hunting for
you
more.
know that it's death when you hearing this sound. Bow.
Send goons to the sediment.
I like it. I just like the hook. I like it all. It's an S tier song. I think it goes right between Pirate King and Family Business. I think it's good. I think yeah, I just think it's a good song. It's a great song. Sophie's cool. It's good. The instrumental's good. It's all good. I think it's good. All right, Joker's next. Joker is next. I love this song. This might be one of my personal favorite songs of the year in terms of like, I just love this song. It's definitely one of my favorite verses I've done this year. A lot of people obviously don't rate this as highly because it's it's similar to the Aizen track. You know, I have the chorus at the start and the end. It's like the Sakuda track. You know, it doesn't have that sort of same song appeal that something like Rengoku has. Video goes crazy too. Chorus is good. Let me just do a little bit of the verse before I make my judgment.
They be making stories about these monsters. Look inside your heart and see the demons that you foster. Play the roles of
I'm not gonna lie, when I finish this song, I listen to it myself over and over and over again.
like they working for an Oscar. Welcome to the circus, got a whole different roster. I don't pay pretend cause I'm contracted with the devil's work. I'm not making sense, so I'll be asking what your penny worth.
I read a whole bunch of Joker related comics before on a plane before I wrote this, and it's
make amends without the risk of death or getting hurt. It's weird with all this hope they preach. They never gonna expect the worst. Watching them fall like they dominoes, locking them up in a coffin so that they can only respond to the knock knock jokes.
Locking them up in a coffin so that they can only respond to the knock knock jokes. And I have the rhymes.
I told your body his writing been looking like doctors.
Doctor's notes.
I've literally got your nose.
I've literally got your nose.
I send them to the other side like chickens.
Like chickens crossing. I reference a whole bunch of like jokes and stuff because he's the Joker, right?
Crossing roads. They know that crime is a religion. You could lock me up in chains, but then your mind will be the prison. No, I'm writing this is fiction. Every line a new decision. When I'm all up in your house, I'll teach you why you keep your dick.
The rhymes go crazy.
When I turn a man to a patient, with that I
Step up with the six like it's the Landini cadence. Because it's a cadence that involves where the sixth note is played slightly out of step with the rest of them, and a six is a type of gun.
It's the Landini cadence.
And it's an add to the Aiden rhyme scheme that goes crazy.
The anticipation is such a
happy occasion.
So it's a shame that Barbara can't give me a standing ovation.
Because she's in a wheelchair! Because he shot him. Paralyzed him.
Mad on occasion, so put your plan in quotation. They try to work out who our ex.
Like it's the quadratic equation. It's an
quadratic equation. At your bodies like GeoGuessr in a
random location. These rhymes can Landini cadence, quadratic equation, random location, standing ovation are some of the craziest rhymes I've ever written.
I turn a choir into silence. That's a
phantom arrangement.
I never rest. Starting up the piece
like it's a treble clef.
No, I'm leaving blood upon your wedding dress.
I really like the instrumental too.
Dead. Triple on my dubs like it's a web.
WWW, also because of the Three Jokers comic.
Dress. When I shake it up, I'm wiping all your histories like it's an etch-a-sketch. Yeah, infecting waters, that's fishy business. Don't need a house of fun to see your mirror image. I'll be putting smiles on all these faces like the kids at Christmas. Little difference, I'll be breaking crowns. They know this prince is twisted. Ain't no God be saving you if he can't save the queen.
Because the queen died! Okay, anyway, I love this song. I'm putting it in S tier. I'm putting it around this area here. It suffers from the fact that it isn't a full song. I think these three songs are still better. But I personally, it's my personal tier list. I personally like it a lot more. I just love it. Anyway, Upgrade next. Okay, so I watched all of. This is when I started doing weekly uploads. I was actually planning on starting to do weekly uploads from the Light Yagami rap onwards, but last minute Cyberpunk Edge Runners came out, and this is probably the fastest turnaround I've ever had for a song. I made it. I've probably, in the past, I've made songs in like a couple hours, but like this year was the fastest turnaround last year. Kevin Bennett, I made him rewrite the chorus. It's the second time I did it. I really like the chorus. It's catchy. I think the problem with this track is it's got an identity crisis, I think. I think that in the verses, Cyberpunk Edge Runners is an interesting show, and it tackles with a lot of different themes that I really liked a lot. You know, it has this underlying metaphor about like humanity and losing your grip on humanity, which runs into like drug addiction and such, right? Obviously, it's like cybernetic the more cybernetic you become, the more stronger you become, but the more you lose your mind. And it's this like fighting this addiction and chasing for that high. It's very similar to like real life drug addictions and stuff. And so I wanted to convey that. And when I messaged the Kevin Bennett, I was like, I'm going to try and go for that sort of conviction with the song. And so that's why the chorus is all about, I need an upgrade, because it's like, I need that next high. But in the verses, I ended up writing a little bit more generalist, and Louverture did the same. Obviously, there's a lot of other people's Edge Runners track focused more on the relationship between Lucy and David, which I didn't really do. But I still think it's a really fun song. So, 2 people said they didn't love this one. I still really think my verse is good, and the instrumental is different. It's a different kind of instrumental. I wanted to go for this sort of cyberpunk vibe. I spent a lot of effort trying to get that vibe in. I think it's an A-tier track, is what I'm going to conclude, like a mid-A-tier track.
We keep on playing all these dumb games. I wish somebody would unplug me. Watch out for the gunplay. I just want an upgrade. Yeah, I just really want an upgrade.
I'm sick of these dumb games.
Just really want an upgrade.
Kept living for mum's sake.
Just really want an upgrade. I'll be happy someday when I get an upgrade.
Get my code, I gon' make it right. Death alone cannot save a life. Read the code, how I'm breaking ice. And I left the broke, they can't pay the price. And I'm in the heads like a data mine. They'll be late to rest, they gon' say goodnight. Through electric breath that destabilize. Like a brain dance and they fade to white. Never the person they wanted. Through the routines like an animatronic. We turn our flesh into steel and bionics. But I will forget how it feels to be honest. I feel it down to my metal spine.
I do really like the lyrics in this, actually.
Like a terabyte. I'm so ergonomic, got the pentatonic, going supersonic like a mega drive. Rip it off, need a rip it off. I'll be writing lines with no written off. Like beggar connecting this chrome in the bodies. I'm lighting them up like a city block. When I'm hitting charts, I'm going supernova. Wide up, got a new persona. In my veins, but I lose composure. Bring the stars down so the moon is closer.
It's an ooh to oh rhyme, and then I have to bring the stars down so the moon is closer. It's good.
I the track the way I'm running off of phantom power. Told my mother once that I would stand atop a second tower. Never had a dream myself, cause other people's had been louder. Flesh and metal in the rubble. Death forgets to hand me flowers.
In the world of corrupt ways.
And I like it. Louverture does good.
Me a block, I'm a spin. You just me in my fist. If you come from my kin, cybernetics giving me the thickest of skin. And my sin never stand, leaving all your sides missing. I'ma set you out of.
And you know what? This song is good. I think out of a lot of my songs this year, this song. Sorry, Toxic Hog says, I took the themes of Edge Runners as more of decay through capitalism more than drug addiction. But that is, sorry, drug addiction is part of a decay. It's like, I'm saying that's a subsection of that. Obviously, cyberpunk in general, as a general theme, is about capitalist dystopia. But in terms of the show itself, there's a lot of smaller themes. And one of the themes is the drug addiction. That's not the whole show. Is to do with, anyway, whatever. It's a good song. And I think out of all the songs that I have, it is one of the ones that you could listen to in the background more. I think it has a nice, it's like catchy. The verses flow really well into each other. It's a sort of banger that you'll be able to listen to in the car and be like, yeah, I like, you sort of vibe along with it, right? Instead of having a lot of like in-depth dramatic moments that make you think about it. So I feel like it's a solid mid-A song. I'd probably put it right above Buggy and below Tangled in the Web. All right, next is Fear My Touch, the Death Note track. Let's take a listen. Maguire counts 6. I like my cyberpunk track, but for sure it is like the weakest cyberpunk track out of all of the nerdcore artists who put cyberpunk tracks out.
The world is rotten. Man is kind when there's no better options. Made the laws up just to find the problems.
I've been wanting to do this song for ages, ever since I did the L track. I've really wanted to do a Light Yagami track. I didn't think it would perform that well because it's quite an older anime now, and it doesn't have that sort of fan base that it used to. But I just knew I could write a really good Light Yagami track because I was just in the mood of doing these character analysis, and I really just wanted to do,
When the social contracts redefine our conscience, put a silver bullets in these monsters. Hate to see power like this end up squandered. I write the name, then the fate that I've conjured. Rewrite the earth in my image and look down and wonder. In the dark, they come with open arms. I know I lit the spark. Now they've been blown apart with every inch remark. I make a broken heart.
ear to R to O to R fucking rhyme scheme.
To bring the flow, my pen like Noah's Ark. I know my chosen path, I'm a martyr. They say I go too
Far, I go farther. Blow on mark. O to R to the R. Oh god, rhyme scheme go crazy.
Like sonatas. You wanna know what it's like in the darkness? Load up the ink in my pen like a cartridge. I'll be the one to select like I'm Darwin. Feel like an artist. Way I'm correcting mistakes in the margin. Only want justice if you're not the target. Morals are black until like to them scarlet. I can't wait through the pain and the carnage. They need a god and a god they've been granted.
Okay, so Maguire's chorus. I really like it, but it is long. And I was thinking about this the other day, I think this really long pre-chorus, where it builds up into the chorus, I feel like the song might have been better if this wasn't here in the first chorus and was only there in the second chorus. You know what I mean? Because I love it. I love this sort of vibe. It's like ominous and cool. But I feel like I feel like it could have only worked once. And it would have been better if it was just in the second. And it would have made the song tighter, in my opinion. But I still like it. That's my only problem with this song. And obviously, the piano is like a reference to the Moonlight Sonata. So that sort of, there's a lot of like these classical themes. But obviously, the best part of this song is the second verse, which is this section. Yeah.
Fear my task, the acting haphophobic. Tears of blood, the world they see is hopeless. Years to come, they always see my motive. Script is set, I'm just the one who wrote it. Just as the medicine, high up the doses. Call me a seraphim, apotheosis. They all been questioning, know that I know since I bring the pain to these sinners like Moses. Watch them drop like ring of roses. Man and God are living symbiosis. From the rocks, the sins have been eroded.
It's an or to ear to oded rhyme. This is like 8 rhymes every line.
Lay the bare and let them all expose it. Others plant the seed, but I will grow it. Man is sick, I'll be the diagnosis.
I'll be the diagnosis. E to I to O ear. E to I to O ear. Need no time to process.
Watch them as they grieve their final moments.
Grieve their final moments? One of my favorite things that I do is when you have this really complicated rhyme scheme. You're like, where the fuck's he gonna go with this? And the final line is just like, it's just a normal line, but it all lines up rhyme-wise. It doesn't feel like the rhyme is forced. Leave them as they grieve their final moments. That line is still E to I to O ear, so it rhymes perfectly with I'll be the diagnosis. Need no time to process. Greet their final moments.
I am the god of this earth. I am the one they deserve. Look at my body of work. If they could follow the herd, then the shepherd be willing to honor the words. Reforming their faith like the Protestant church. Lend me your voice and your promises heard.
And I have this fucking Latin sample that plays in the background that singing that like makes it go crazy.
All the hate be lost in the person. No, I'll be the life of the fog and the murk.
Anyway, I think it's incredible. The second verse makes it S tier by itself. And then obviously Palace CG comes at the end and she blows it out of the park. I think the song would be tighter if this was only in the second chorus. Then it would be higher. But it's definitely S tier and it's definitely up here. It's in this little category here. I'm actually gonna put it higher than Joker. Alright, Never Giving In. I think I dropped the ball with Never Giving In. But the Ichigo track, I wanted to go for this style of song. Is that I love 2 types of rap music. I love high energy upbeat rap, but I also really like this kind of like emotional rap, and but my audience obviously doesn't like this type of music, I think, because this and my Mob Psycho track and a couple songs that I do in the past that's like in this style, people don't really click with. But I like the idea of this song. My audio went out again. Okay. Also, my mix, I don't know what it is. I don't know. It might just be for this video, but it's a bit tinny.
Never run away. Times of love can start to suffocate. Find the guts, but I'm feeling hollow when I'm staring down at my own mother's grave. No, I'm used to L's, but never lose myself.
I also think that I love this for Ichigo because I feel like it works really well for his character. Ichigo is a very depressed protagonist, but people who are fans of Bleach, this isn't what they want. They want cool Ichigo bars, right? It's just, you know what I mean? So it doesn't, the Venn diagram doesn't work. You know what I mean? So I don't think it really appealed to the audience.
Can't win, but always choosing help. When I'm black in my soul, don't know who's the helm. I am black in the goal, I refuse to dwell. When I'm back in my hole, don't know who to tell. All the damage I hold and the gloom I felt. They want Bankai, I got Bankai. Hold an arm high to the doom to hell. They say that you can't avoid them.
I do like
victims of our own
the
behavior. My thoughts in my mind like
I do like it.
Never be alone when we face the darkness. 'Cause I'll be by your side when we face the end. I've been feeling hollow, and I'm never.
The instrumental's not crazy either. You think SVT music doesn't like all the final battles? I do a key change, which is something I don't do, right? But I do a whole fucking key change for this song because I thought it would be interesting and for an emotional track, it makes sense to me. It has that emotional payoff. The mix sounds weird to me, and it might be with the video. Arita also, shout out Arita, they do incredible work. I don't know, it might not sound as weird in the Spotify version. I have to listen to it on the Spotify version. But there's something about, I'm not logged in, so it's not gonna, there's gonna be an advert. Oh, I can't be bothered, whatever. There's something about the mix that kind of fucks up as well. But so I think it is better on the Spotify version, or maybe the mix is just bad in general. That's totally my bad. I think it's a low A song for that. I think it's in that same category as Berserk. I think the mix sort of hurts it as well, so I'm going to put it there. All right, let's go to the Hashira Cipher. Yeah, I think it's an issue with my mix. I think I really fucked up the mix on that track for some reason. I don't know how. Hashira Cipher is actually really good. I was worried about this track. I think I made everyone's verses too long because there's only like 9 rappers on the Hashira Cipher. But the song is still 6 minutes long, right? And I'm obviously not going to play the full thing. But there's something about ciphers with these new videos that like make me go crazy.
New degrees are turning off the gas. Through the trees I turn a mob to ash. Fruit machine I'm dropping squads like cash. Bring a red sun like I'm from Japan. I go off the rails, I'm causing tracks. I be on your tails, I best watch your back. Like a coffin nail to go knock 'em flat. I'm conducting trains like I'm top 'em hats. Shut it down to 2 strike. We got eclipse like songs the moonlight. Rewrite the script like rolling you dice. At 2 times like using blaze and 2 strike. Look at my gold stars are too nice. Way that I mold bars of pure light. I've got a bold heart, I got a whole fast. See the pole dance like my 10 big rounds with the gap in my chest.
Yeah, the verses are really long.
Like the best cause I am, bitch. I bring lights to the chat.
I am, bitch.
The death on the stand at the end like an asterisk. They gon' say that my track in a minute like it's after effects. I do damage. 8d6 with my magical breath when they bad with the left doing cantrips.
But everyone did good. Like everyone took it and ran with it, right? So I think it is a good cipher. I'm probably gonna put it high A because here's a fun little fact. I did kind of fuck up as well. There's some people who wanted beat cuts that I fucked up. I mixed Black Diamonds pretty badly. He was upset about his mix. Mixing ciphers is maybe the worst thing in the world. It's not the worst thing in the world, but as a musician, so many different vocals and recording microphones and volumes of their shit that to get everyone sounding sort of similar and also good is so difficult, and there's always going to be a couple people who don't sound as good as they'd like to. And I'm so sorry to everyone who's ever on a rusted cipher because shit's not going to be great. At least I mix your vocals on time, unlike some ciphers where they mix you completely off beat. That's more of a problem, right? But I want to talk about Schwaberdy's verse. Schwaberdy, when I sent him the instrumental, he put it into FL Studio and he wanted to click a button that let him know what the BPM was, and he clicked the wrong button and it slowed down the instrumental in his FL Studio to whatever his FL Studio was at, which was at 140. BPM of the track is 160, which means he wrote and rapped his verse to the completely wrong BPM. So he so he sent me his verse, and I listened to it, and I was like, Schwaberdy, you slowed down the track. You wrote it to the completely wrong BPM. And he was like, oh, fuck. Because at the time, he wrote it before he went somewhere, I think. So he couldn't redo it. And he didn't want to redo it. He wrote a whole verse. So to salvage it, and also because I think it would have made the song more interesting, I asked Connor Quest and Ham Sandwich, who hadn't done their verses yet, to record also to the slower version of the track. So we would have 3 in the fast, 3 in the middle in the slow, and then 3 at the end of the fast, right? And then that way it looks like it's done on purpose. But it did make the cipher so much longer because I had the verses be that long because it was 160 BPM, right? So they were like, even though there's a lot of lyrics, it was still a relatively quick verse. But when it slowed down to 140, that's about the length of a verse on like one of my regular songs, right? That's about the length of the verse that I had, like one verse on that Death Note track. So, hey, Tilly, thank you so much for writing. Welcome. We're recording something for YouTube at the moment. So, yes, that is where I'm at. His verse is cool, though.
They pile up and stack up. They boil the kindness through all of the pain.
Hey, okay. Man, I'm way too wavy. Put demons down in the ground when I water the corpse. They be raising daisies.
It's sick. I like that cipher a lot. I think I'm gonna put it in high A. I think it's sick. Let's put it up there. I think the instrumental is probably a little boring. I know a lot of people didn't like the instrumental. But it is good. I like it. I like how it came out. Good job, me. There's another cipher coming out soon that I also really, really like, and I hope you guys are excited for that. It comes out next week. Obviously, when this video comes out, it might already be out. All right, next song is my Mojito track. So, I sing on this, which is unusual for me. Again, I'm not a singer. I can't sing, but I can kind of sing in this kind of creepy way. So I decided to do this. I did this for Halloween. This was my Halloween track. I hadn't done a Jujutsu Kaisen track in a while. I wanted to do one, and he was just like he's like kind of the main villain of season 1, so I was like, might as well do it.
From the feeling of hate, I am a mirror of mankind.
And I liked again, this is also an analogy thing. I liked how he is a creature that embodies the negative emotions of humans, and he is sort of a mirror of mankind. I like that he has this viewpoint of life is meaningless, so I could just kill whoever I want. You know, I just like it.
Faced with the demons they make, and they gon' say I'm the bad guy. Feel the heartbeat in the place, but I turn it down to a flat line. Humans don't mean what they say, but there ain't a lie in my hand sign. With this head they have to go erect a statue, but the life you treasure lacks inherent value. I got Pekka Jack who pit in red like man.
I don't know if anyone got the Kujaku line. When he does his domain expansion, and he opens his mouth and it has all the hand signs. One of the hand signs is Kunjaku, which is peacock. It's the peacock hand sign, and so that's why I say peck, because it's like pecking like a peacock, like Kunjaku. But I do this e to au rhyme scheme. It works really well here. Red like Manu.
They do things with pleasure, but forget the thank yous. Better miss these hands because they may be fatal. Heavy Nick I ran through because there ain't no fable.
Because Fable's real name is Nick, and like nicks and cuts and
It's
scripts.
the bad news, let me lay the table. Call it sins or taboos, but I ain't no angel. Hate me so like H2O, I'm vital. Take a note, the way I roam is primal. Play like dough, I shape my own disciples. Change the flow, the status, close the cycle. Make them close the stage with no reprisals. Fake intros of radios and final.
I love this A to O to A to O to I O. I think more words rhyme in this section that don't rhyme.
Break the bones, the pain is so delightful. Drained of hope, the face is no smile.
I've been tapped into your feelings and your sorrows. I've been pulling at the stitches till we all fall down. When we battle, then there needn't be tomorrow. You'll be begging for forgiveness, but I won't back down. Down, down, down. I'm gonna pull you down.
It's cool, but you can tell I can't sing. Also, that wasn't a Fable diss. It just used his name in the lyrics. I love Fable. He's great. You can tell I can't sing. It has this. I have a lot of fun harmonies and layers that I put on here to make it sound cool. All your music is vibey. When I understand a reference, lyrics, it makes me happy. Hell yeah. But yeah. So what holds this song back is me.
Down, down, down.
clock. I can imagine what side that you're on.
I mean, I was really proud of that.
Vision of death, or I'm stitching up threads to the inch of your neck and I'm tying the knot.
Oh, I like that section.
The gods, here in the eyes of the lost, feeling the shivers of dread. I got sins of collect, every finger is pressure, that's 5 to your block. Rolled the odds, I got loaded die. Seeing skull, I can't focus right. Every human has gone assuming that they could talk like it's an open mic. I make them eat the words like they don't know the lines. I'm the completed version of the prototype that added weak and worthless. When I speak is perfect, when they read my verses, they gon' know the price. In the head like a targeted ad, start to collapse, curtains, your last.
Actually, the verses of this are actually so good. What the fuck? Oh, it's tricky. It's tricky. It's tricky. I was gonna put it high S, but I also think it's high A. I mean, oh, that's tricky. I'm gonna put it high A. It's the top of A tier. It's the top of A tier. I don't think it's an S tier song. It's the top of A tier. Oh gosh. It also has the final chorus. Where I have Maguire to add extra emphasis. Hello, Nia. Oh, I like it. And I think it's catchy. It's a really catchy song. I think if oh my god, Deadline, thank you for the 20 gifted subs. I appreciate it. Holy moly. Holy quick googly moogly. Welcome to the Captain's Quarters, everyone. I appreciate it. So I think if the final, if I was a better singer, it would be an S tier song, but I'm not, so it's an A tier song. I think the actual writing of the chorus is really good. I think it's catchy, right? The bo 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 that sort of the vibe of it is good. Shanks, let's go to Shanks. I like Shanks a lot. Bow 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 bow. People say you should have just got Fable to do the chorus. Listen, I would get Fable on like so many songs. He just doesn't. You know how much effort he puts into his own music. You don't see Fable feature on anything because he doesn't have the time to. It's the same reason you don't see me feature anything or DPS feature on anything. We spend almost our entire times working on our music now that the amount of effort it would take to feature on someone else's song is just not worth it. Also, Fable doesn't like singing stuff that other people have written because he has a lot of pride in the music that he makes. And if he's gonna write a really good chorus, why not just write it for his own stuff? You know what I mean?
Yeah, they calling me the boss and they love me. Put a hole up in your stomach, leaving one.
I think this similar. Oh my god, Go DM, thank you for the raid. Holy moly, welcome in. Listen, again, I am not editing this video, so everyone watching the YouTube version does see Go DM with a raid of 540. Go DM, hello girls. Actually, wait, what is your audience name? Because I was just gonna call your audiences girls. Go DM's very nice. We hang out in Anime North. She's a very lovely person. So, what? It's the cheer squad, that makes sense. What we're doing right now is I'm going through all of my songs that I made of 2022, and I'm ranking them on a tier list. It's probably not very exciting of a stream for anyone who isn't already a fan of mine, but you get to listen to my music. I'm an anime rapper. My name is Rustage. Thank you so much. I hope your stream was good. I'm getting spammed with Flesh Tuber. But that is what's happening here. They could be new fans, so we're listening to my Shanks rap at the moment, and we're determining where it falls on the tier list. I was about to say, this, similar to my Cyberpunk track, I think is one of the best songs to sort of just listen to. I think it's just vibey. I think that PFV does a really good job on the chorus here.
Sort up on my hip, I'm about to cut free. Way up high and ain't nobody else above me. Yeah, they calling me the boss and they love me. Hold up in your stomach, leaving one piece. Got a sword on my hip, about to cut free. Way up high and ain't nobody else above me.
Anybody greater than me, I'd like to meet them. Only deadbeat, cause that's the way that I leave them. They sure do talk a lot of words, but have no purpose for speaking. So now you wanna challenge Shanks, you better give me a reason. Cause I got 3 scars, better keep calm, baby sweetheart. Way I leave a scene, humming on with senoritas. Charging me for battery when they just need a recharge. Way I give exposure to the innards like it's free.
I just was so proud of the lyrics of that. This is going to be posted on my second channel, yes. And not edited, so... because I can't be bothered. But yeah, this is so fun. I love the lyrics of this, and obviously the rhymes are good.
They can't gamble with the
One-armed bandit, my ops barbaric.
Connected like they not on band with the car red-handed. I step into the scene, I'm causing structural damage. They all like Absalom to me, I make these pussies vanish. The sorts of language they've never spoken, advantage. The Beckman's open, I'm snapping their necks like boa. They're gassing like heavy smokers. I damage the serpents until their language like melanoma. Your men are jokers, black and white and red all over.
Black and white and red all over, like the joke. I just was really, especially because Shanks has like 2 scenes in the anime. I was really proud of the amount that I could rap about Shanks. We'll skip the chorus because we already heard it.
They're coming at me.
The chorus is really short and sweet as well. I feel like it's the perfect length for a song like this. It's catchy. It works as a nice, and this song never like loses its momentum.
Fiber optic, send a message to the Gorosy. I'm shortening the time in office, I'm the topic. I'll be topping lists, so you're still unimportant. Line in pockets, get into the cake like I'm Nigella Lawson. Quite a novice, looking like a villain with your head proportion sizes horrid. Should be asking me which of us would make a better swordsman. Elders keep on dropping. So
and it's got this like order. It has this back and forth with the rhyme scheme that I really appreciate as well. Just think in general, I like this. It's another one that balances on the line of low S and high A.
And a username, Umanita superstar. Udo with the tunes of buzz. I don't care about who you are, I shut them up like Usewa.
I like that as well, Usewa. So I'm going to put it here at the moment. I'm thinking of moving down the Sasuke one, so at the moment I'm going to put it here. So yeah, I really, really like it. Next song is your favorite. All right, the next song is actually my Chainsaw Man track. And yes, a lot of people really like this track, and I'm really happy about that. I really like this track too. So, a lot of the time, before this year, most of the time when I got a feature on a track that sung the chorus, I wrote the chorus, right? This year, I let a lot of people write their own choruses, like Ben Schuler and Maguire, they wrote their own choruses. This track, I wrote the chorus for. So this is written by me, but Jonathan Young performs it. So there is a version of this with me singing, and it's not too bad. But I read a lot of Chainsaw Man, and I just, again, this is another one of those like character analysis raps. And the instrumental is a weird BPM for this as well. It's like 105. The instrumental's really odd as well. I have these like grungy guitars with this like weird reverse. I put like a reverse on some choir vocals and like slowed them down to give this sort of thing. Nia, thank you for the subscription, and Gen444.
We cannot be judged for what we dream for. Venom seeping in throughout the lies and all the sweet talk. Living in a whirlwind, I can't handle all the G-force. Lost amongst the ways, and it's been ages since I've seen shore. There's no turning back once a decision has been made. Every price will have a price that's just equivalent exchange. I've been grateful for the chance to live on minimum a day, and I've been working like a pig, like this is spirited away. I've been digging my own grave, now the devil is a part of me, ripping throughout my arteries. Every piece like a therapy. A man how the ghost of our body can make it hard to breathe. The engine noise and orchestra of atonal harmonies. I rip the chord, I finna flip the board. This life is simple when we swinging songs that don't be given thought. Until I hit the floor, till I hit the floor, standing at the brink of war. Never stop the question what the fuck we're even living for.
Even in death, we cannot lose ourselves with every breath.
Jonathan Young's voice is incredible. I have low pass drums coming in here.
All of this pain I felt, and all that is left is not but the hand we're dealt. And I'm lost in the night, looking deep in the eyes, see the man that I used to be. But I'm not satisfied, I don't care about this life, but I find that I dare to dream. And I'm losing my mind as I look at the time, cause I'm scared that it's out of reach. And I'm lost in the night, see a dream go to die, cause I know that it's not for me.
There is Maguire in the background there, and the only reason he's there, he wasn't originally going to be part of the song, is that in the original version, I have these harmonies in the vocals that Jonathan Young didn't do when he recorded his version, and he didn't have enough time, because we all work on this schedule, we have to get these songs out. He didn't have enough time to do them, but I still wanted them, so I had to just get Maguire to sub in and do these 2 vocals. I was on a Discord call with Maguire when I was telling him about that, and he was like, oh, I could just do it real quick, and I saw him record those vocals for me. Let me show you my version of the song so you can understand. You can tell if I've written a hook, because I'm not going to say my hooks are catchy, but they're quite formulaic in terms of the way that they're structured. They don't have a lot of like looseness to them, right? So a song like the Mojito track with has this sort of vibe to it. Same with this one, right? Compare it to a song like it's like the Hala CG chorus where it has more of a looser changing flow. But okay, let me show you my version.
Even in death, We cannot lose ourselves with every breath. I'll see you all in hell, never forget all of this pain I've
Obviously, it's like my first recording of it, so it's not like great.
felt, and all that is left is not but the hand we're dealt. And I'm lost in the night, looking deep in the eyes, see the man that I used to be. But I'm not satisfied, I don't care about this life, but I find that I dare to dream. And I'm losing my mind as I look at the time, cause I'm scared that it's out of reach. And I'm lost in the night, see a dream gonna die, cause I know that it's not for me.
So that's my version, right? Obviously, I couldn't use that version. I can't sing, so it doesn't sound great. But yeah, it's but obviously Jonathan Young's version is a lot better. And then I have this cool.
Dreams will envelop us. Rev it up.
I have this rev it up thing. I was actually scared about this rev it up thing. I wasn't fully confident in it when it came out. When the song came out, and I have this.
Rev it up, rip my way through the flesh and blood. Rev it up, spin the chain, I can't get enough. Rev it up.
I wasn't fully confident in it. I wasn't sure people were gonna like it, but as over time, I think people really like it. So.
Playing with the devil's love. Rev it up, let our dreams all envelop us. Rev it up, pull the cord and you're getting cut. Rev it up.
And I think it's a really strong way to end the chorus. I love doing this thing where I do a rap bridge. And then in the final chorus, I rap the rap bridge over the final chorus. And I used to do it in a lot of songs in 2021 to the point, like I did it in Shigaraki, I did it in Slime, I did it in a bunch of songs where I felt like I was doing it too much. So I actively didn't do it this year. And then I was like, wait a second, now I've gone the opposite way and I'm not doing it anymore. So I decided to do it in this track. It's an S tier. It's up here, probably here. It's in that like, this is the 3, isn't it? That people really like for this year, so I'll put it up there. All right, we're close to the end. We just have a couple more songs, only 4 more songs to go. Next up is the Monada track. Now, full disclosure about the Monada track. If you notice how similar it is to the Rengoku track, that is on purpose. I hadn't done a song like that in a while, where it was like an upbeat, guitar-focused, same BPM even. But I wanted it to be like the Rengoku track, but the Rengoku track has like this emotional aspect to it. Well, this one, I just wanted it to be like this badass track, right?
One flash in this history, I clap back in the rhythm, I have missed the beat, no hiding. One tab like a timpani, when man clash, hit the crack, electricity like rising. Hey man, what do you think of me? I go low to high like I feel the sweet and fighting. I stand with no injuries, and they follow my style like nativities. I'm like palm to your face, so I flip the beam, that's him release. They built so broke like a system leak, and wiped out like I missed the clean. I fuck them all right out like I dabbled in polygamy. They battle without synergy, I travel at a different speed. You better pick a side, it's either quit or die like they shackled to the industry. Hey, out of the void like I'm ripping through space, I living up in a critical state. You try to think that you'd win in the race, but I ain't loving circles and figures of 8. No, I'm the boss, you're
I do like the way this one sounds. Oh, it's probably also an S tier.
I'm going straight to go spit on your grave like I'm holding down play on a videotape.
A legacy that will never fade. The decades will pass, but it all remain. If destiny seems so far away, just keep running. All the world couldn't slow me down. Just keep running.
And the thing that's coming up in a second is wasn't going to be in the original plan, because I didn't know what Ben Schuler was going to sing, because it was written by Ben Schuler, the chorus. But once he sent me the chorus, I was like, oh, this is perfect for me. I just I didn't even write the lyrics for this bit coming up. I kind of just rapped it.
Just keep running.
Running, I run right by, I'm stunning. Running, they watch me fly, I'm gunning. Running, I run right by, I'm stunning. Running, they ain't surprised I'm coming. Hard body, I don't need.
And I like that. I like the sort of rap singing choruses, that back to front, and I think it is really fun.
Cause I catch it quickly like a streamer. Gotta call me peak ninja, that's just peak Monada. Cause I'm picture perfect like a Leonardo. Have me punching noggins to the face Picasso. Ninjas chatting with their fake bravado. Put my head into the mission, steady with the rhythm. And I stay staccato. It don't even matter if I battle with a beast. Put them on a leash, they ain't never fucking with the leaf. If a body been discovered, they be dropping in the streets. Cause I be handling the grill like I be running through the trees. Commander in chief.
I had to do that just because it's Minato, and you really need to have I haven't rapped really fast in a while, right? And I know that I can, I just haven't done it because it hasn't felt right. But Minato is the fast rapping character, and I really felt like it needed a fast section. I kind of wish I did it more for longer, at least, so it didn't seem so out of place. But I think that's the fastest I rap this year. It's like double time at 160. The old Minato track, I rap fast, but it's at 150. So this is about 20 BPM faster. And it's good. I really, I like it. Honestly, it sounds faster without the, like, if you just listen to it, it sounds faster. When the lyrics are going up on screen there, it doesn't sound as fast for some reason, but there you go.
Come face me in the arm to the teeth. Move too fast when the starting speed, then the tone drones on like an answer machine. Move too quick, they can see the rest. Can't edit my text like a PDF. And my ops gon' think they can beat the best, but I seal their mouth, there's a creeper's death. Move too cold, they can see the breath. Keep a dogs on hold, that's a teacher's pet.
I like that bit.
Metal like it's easy dread to be overheated, but it's Jesus sweat.
I like that section.
Too much potential.
The bridge is good, but it's not as good as Eren or Rengoku's bridge. Oh, and then in the final chorus, we have Anora doing incredible vocals in the background. It really fills it up. It sounds awesome. The way that Ben and Anora's voice complement each other on this track is so good. It's so good. And also, I'm planning on having Anora do just like a solo chorus for me on a future track that's coming out. I'm very excited for that. If you hear someone as backing vocals for a track, there's a chance that they'll be on main vocals on something in the future. Like how I had Hala CG do backing vocals for Eren, and then she was on Yuta later, right? But yeah, it's awesome. The best part of the bridge is I'm the definition of living fast and dying young. I think the rest of the lyrics of it aren't as good. This is a really good song, so it's definitely S tier, but it's obviously not as good as these three. And I think it kind of falls in the same sort of... It's probably right here. I'd say it's right there. I like it. I personally like it more than a Madara track. My lyrics aren't as good as the Madara track. I just think the whole vibe of the song is better. It's more my kind of music. My fastest rap I've ever done is Rock Lee, but it's a shit song. I could definitely rap faster than I did in Rock Lee, but all right. Okay, these last two, I'm also going to do another one, but it's not on the tier list. I'm going to do OP because I finished it in 2022. Did I listen to Alucard? Alucard came out in 2021, my friend. This is a 2022 tier list. Okay. So these two songs underperformed for me when they came out. YouTube does this thing where it gives you like the rankings of the songs when they come out, and both the Mob Psycho track and Dreaming On, for different reasons, both were 10 out of 10. So Mob Psycho, I read a big chunk of Mob Psycho, and I was like, this is incredible. This is such a good story about what it's like to socially live with it's how being neurodivergent affects you in a social way. And so the sort of it's this incredible thing of like not being able to read the room, always like sticking out but also always blending in. And I really love the messages that the book displays and Mob Psycho's like discovery of himself. And I wanted to like express this in a song. Obviously I got Zach B because he's like the king of this sort of stuff, and I wrote the chorus on this one. So Chewy Cat sung this one. This is another one that I wrote. The video is great. I do think he made the text really small. Video editor Nanaki did a really good job in this one.
Running my own life, I don't feel sad, I guess. At least I know I don't cry. I can't read intentions and I find it hard to show mine. Maybe superhuman, but not super when I'm so blind. Always so ahead of me, and I can't even read the room. Talking in a melody when I can't even
speak. I like these metaphors of like everyone's talking in these melodies, but he can't even speak in tune.
Speak in tune. All I know is jealousy and.
It's like when you look at like how you look at sheet music, and if you can't read music, it's just gibberish. And it's like everyone else can read music around you, but you can't, but you don't understand because people will just say, "Oh, just read the music. Why can't you read the music?" Right? Because I can't read the music, and nobody tells you what the notes are. They just say, you should be able to do that, and you're like, ah, you know what I mean? And it's just lines and dots, and that's what it's like in that sort of situation, trying to navigate. And I wanted to reflect that with the lyrics of this song. I really like this song.
The truth, cause no one ever taught me all the social rules and secret cues. Even when we're special, there's a part that's always missing. Wish that I could listen, knowing that my life is still
I also wanted to get across this idea that no matter how, you know, a lot of people overlook their own positive traits because there's always something negative that they latch upon, right? Mob Psycho has superpowers, but it doesn't matter because it doesn't help him in the things that are important to him. And I see it similar to people who like struggle socially, and they're like, maybe they're like incredible at art or they're incredible at music. And people are like, oh my God, I'm so jealous. I wish I was good at music. And they're like, I wish I could function in day-to-day life, right? And I wanted that like to get across in this music because Mob Psycho has this dichotomy with his brother. His brother wishes he has superpowers, right? He thinks they're cool, but his brother's cool and himself, and he fits in, and he's good at school, but Mob Psycho can't do any of that. And he sees these powers as more of a burden because he can't really use it to get the things that he wants without, you know what I mean? Like, it really spoke to me, the messages of the book. I was really surprised with it, and I'm sorry that I'm going really in-depth with the analysis of this fucking show, but that's what I tried to get across in the music. This is the sort of things that I think about and I write down in notes when I try and convey these thoughts into my songs, which I think is something that I do a lot differently than others. And it's why I was really proud of this song.
A purpose and my reason for existence in a world that's full of liars that will dress it up as wisdom. I'm not perfect, but I know that I should never lose control. We're all just slaves to our emotions and the struggles that we hold. And I've been silencing my words. I don't want others getting hurt, but I keep feeling like I'm spilling out the cookie cutter mold. Another member of the mob, but also always sticking out. I keep the fire on the hob because I'll never simmer down. I always felt like I was lost, whilst others had it figured out. But now I know I'm not alone, so I don't ever need to live in doubt.
Take a breath and it's alright.
I want to see if I have my version of this chorus that I can show you guys. Dun, 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 dun.
Be yourself and it's alright. And your life is what you decide. The light we hide can never fade. Given time, we'll find a way. And I don't know if this is all I'm worth, but I will be okay. Through the night, I count the days. I'd rather die than lie awake. And I don't know if I'll be happier, but I will be okay.
One day
I really like the lyrics of the chorus as well. It's really sweet. Again, I wrote the chorus. I'll show you my version. I know why this song didn't perform well, though. I don't know, I guess I had this naive hope about it, but it didn't perform well because a lot of my audience, this is not the song they want from me. They want songs like my Madara track. They want songs like my Rengoku track. They want these upbeat, rap, badass songs. And if they have emotional beats, it's good, but this like slower sort of rap music is not what they subscribe to me for, which is okay. I'm still going to make songs like this every so often, but it's okay that they don't really care about it. Also, Mob Psycho probably doesn't have the same sort of draw a lot of these things do. I do have my audience skews younger on YouTube. You guys, my Twitch fans are like, you know, you guys skew a little bit older, but my audience on YouTube skew younger, and they're more like, I love Naruto, I love 7 Deadly Sins, I want to see Naruto be badass, right? But I think the song is good. Obviously, Zach Boucher does a good job.
From words I keep in my journal, I don't need another ear to hear my heart turning purple. Wish this was forever, I wish we could be immortal. Talking with you's a different world like I walk through a portal.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to show you my version of the chorus. Is my version.
Take a breath and it's alright. We can fight in the darkest times. Be yourself and that's alright. And your life is what you decide. The light we hide can never fade. And given time we'll find a way. And I don't know if this is all I'm worth, but I will be okay. Through the nights I count the days. I'd rather die than lie awake. And I don't know if I'll be happier, but I will be okay.
There you go, that's my version. Obviously not as good, you know, but there you go. Yeah, I definitely sound better when I sing soft, but it's because I have no power to my voice. But there you go. There's my version, exclusive for this stream and this video. But yeah, so I wrote it. There you go. So I'm gonna put that up here, high A, I think. I think that's where it deserves to be. Let's listen to Dreaming On. So this is my music video, if you guys haven't seen it yet. I flew out to LA, had a whole set list. There's a huge team of people that worked on this video, which is a shame with which performing so badly. Cam Steady's in the video as well. But here's all of the people that worked on the video. They did an incredible job. They had a full set built for it and everything. I love this song. I wrote this chorus like 4 years ago. It was supposed to be on an album that I never finished. And all of the songs on that album got scrapped, except for this one, which I found the chorus for it, and a bunch of the vocals already recorded. I decided to get much more vocals. It had like 6 people singing the chorus when I did it originally, so I decided to get like, there's like a whole list of like 30 people. Here's like tons of people on the chorus of this one. And there I am, little boy.
Lost, but now we've been found, finding our footing when dropped on the ground. Keep our heads up and we can stay proud, never stop dreaming on.
Ever since I was a kid, I never stopped dreaming. Even in the hardest times, I never stopped feeling. We all struggle with ourselves and say we've got demons, but being loud is always better than us not speaking. I've been beaten down, but snap it back like a rubber band, like a dentist.
I was so tired during this. I couldn't sleep for some reason the night before, jet lag or whatever. I'm like on a 1 or 2 hours sleep throughout this. I was chugging Red Bull. I was so tired. I think people say I look sleepy, but I always look sleepy. I naturally have bags under my eyes when I'm not wearing glasses. But I looked extra tired here. And it worked for the video because it's like I just woken up.
Handshake when we meet up, but I'm giving hugs when I'm coming back. Turn the page like a flip around.
The whole production was incredible. Everyone was so professional. I was definitely the weakest link because I kept forgetting my lyrics.
Always thought I'd be giving answers, but I'm playing life like a button mash, so they don't see the work and love I put in everything I make. And though it seems that hurts, I'm proud of every move and risk I take. We learn to speak with words so we could bounce our minds like ricochets, because every new idea has got us lighting up like cityscapes.
May have been lost, but now we've been found, finding our footing when dropped on the ground. Keep our heads up and we can stay proud, never stop dreaming on. Show what we've got and keep our words loud, climbing our way up and not looking down. We cannot stop. You hear?
And this is a chorus written by me as well. Obviously, it's a catchy chorus. I was really happy with how catchy this chorus was, so I had to come out with a song. They made a fucking functioning hamster wheel for me that I couldn't really. It was quite scary because it would go too fast and I would fall off, so I had to go quite slowly. But it's sick. The whole set was incredible. I had this final.
Own head, my mind's a poison and it's begging for a slow death. I have to keep on working, so I'll find out where I'll go next. We rising up above mountains and our dreams will send us to the stars, even if our purpose is discovering just who we are.
And then you have Maguire in the final chorus as well. And then at the end of the video, the story of this video is like I'm trapped in a little house and I'm sort of working like a hamster wheel. I'm being tormented by this guy, Cam Steady. It's actually just an elaborate diss track on Cam Steady. No, and he's like obviously tormenting me, and at the end an older version of me fights off Cam Steady, and then so that's what's happening here. And then the final scene is the older version of me. Okay, see, I look less tired here, don't I? Because the glasses make me look less tired. And the older version of me is picking up the younger version of me to save me from my past. But no, it's a fun song, and I really like it. It's a song about following your dreams, and also how following your dreams can also hamper you. You have to be flexible with what you want. You got to find happiness in yourself and not just happiness in the things that you desire. And it's a fun song. I really like it a lot. It's either a very high A or low S. Obviously, it's not that complicated of a song. The lyrics aren't that deep. Not deep, but they're not that. I want it to be like a fun, easy listening pop rap song, right? Like a Watsky song. It's very inspired by Watsky sort of stuff. So it's not like the craziest rhyme schemes. It's not like the craziest thing. So it's probably on that like low S, high A. I don't know. I'm going to put there for the moment. And then finally, it's not on the tier list because I think the guy who made this didn't realize I was going to rank it. I don't know if I could just add something, but we're just going to use our imagination for this one. The final song that I'm going to rank is... You know, my son likes the tune and he will bounce in his bouncy seat to it. He's 5. That's so cute. I look glad.
Yeah.
So this is OP. I don't know what happened with this track. When I started to write it, I was like, I'm just going to write a rap about OP anime characters. And I kind of did it because I knew that Dreaming On wouldn't perform well because it's a music video. It's not about anime. Who's going to click on that except for diehard Rustage fans? So I was like, I'm going to make a song similar to my villains rap where I rap about overpowered anime characters. And then something took over me as I was writing it. And I just started writing this shit. It just came out of me. I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know. Like... I just started, something came over me, and I just started firing shots at fucking everybody. And I'm not gonna be specific, but I really am. Even people I like. In this song, I am dissing, I diss Xiaodo in this track. I like Xiaodo. I just go crazy. I probably, like, I'm just going crazy.
I ain't even talking to you when you think that you're gold, but you're not in the club lounge.
But this song isn't encapsulated. It's like a very grime song. I'm very proud of it. Like, it's me trying to replicate Stormzy's style.
The way that I spit, I bring light when the sun's down. And I brought you the news, cause I've done this before, got more nuts than a Cub Scout. When I walk in the room, it's like, how it's over in one round. You claim they're my rivals, man, that's disrespectful, that's libel. They've gone give me lessons, claim they're independent, but then live their life by the Bible. Stop, I'm not your fan, I'm your idol. You're not good enough, a disciple. They be dropping names like it's a fucking plague. That's the only way you've gone viral. That's the only way that you're sick, man. Bars on head like I'm hit, man. Can't be beat like I got Goku fans, but I started this like the Big Bang. You ain't making no impact, got no clicks like a skipped ad.
Insane. I'm really proud of this. The hook is probably the weakest part of the song, but I do like it.
Stepping up, they don't stand a chance, cause damn I'm so OP. Run your mouth, you don't know me.
And I think it would go really well live as well.
Stepping up, they don't stand a chance, cause damn I'm so. One time, but I watch how I do this. NPCs that are stupid. They say you rap so good.
Yeah, you rap so good, but you can't make music. Alright. Well, I don't have it on here, but I would put it low S. I'd probably put it... Oh, is there a... Can I just, like, make a something? Can I just, like, make a... I don't know. It's not my thing, so I can't really make anything on this. But, like, pretend it's, like, probably around here, right? Probably below Minato, above Fear My Touch. Maybe around the same point as Pirate King, I'd say. I think the hook lets it down, but I think the verses are good. Alright. So, there you go. That's it. That's it. That's it. I did the tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. I hope you guys enjoyed me ranking all my songs. I might probably move this down, actually, to, like, here. I don't know. Maybe move this up. Oh, I don't know. Okay, well, that's... Because the hook, these are 3 good verses, but it doesn't have a good hook. I can't put an S tier. If it's S tier means I like all of it. And I don't like all of this, because I think the hook is bad. And that's my fault. But the verses are good. So I'm going to put that here. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, whatever. It's good enough. You guys, so maybe I should be more savage on my own tracks. I thought, you know what? At the end of this year, I was like, I didn't really like a lot of the songs I put out this year. But after this stream, I do like a lot of the songs I put out this year. I did a really good job with some of these. Some of them have their flaws, right? You know, I've talked about the flaws that I had with some of these songs that I feel like I could have done better with. But overall, I think that I did a pretty good job this year. And I'll hopefully not do badly next year. You know, anime rap in general has gotten oversaturated. I'm no longer special because I do what I do, right? There's hundreds of people who do what I do now. So, and also a lot of my audience, when I blew up in like 2020 and 2019, a lot of my audience were quite young then, and now they're older. And that's what happens when people get older, they move on. So obviously this year, I could see that my videos don't perform as well as they used to in 2021. And that's just kind of naturally how things happen. And especially because you have people like DPS and Fable who are pushing things to a different limit. They're on a different level to me, on a level that I don't think I could ever reasonably reach. Not because I don't think I could, but just because I don't think I want to. I don't have the same mindset that they do. They have this sort of determined, they like kill themselves for their music. Every day they're like, what can I do to make myself the best I could possibly do? Which I don't have. I enjoy getting better at music and whatever, but out of everything, I want to still enjoy music. I want to make the sort of music that I like. And I will improve over time, but I'm not going to be like obsessing over aspects of music that's going to make me depressed, like the mixer and stuff like this, that they go so crazy on. So, but the byproduct of that is that obviously people are going to over time like their stuff more than mine because it's just of a different professional quality. And this year, I have 3 resolutions for this year. Maybe 4. One of them is I'm going to make music that I want to make, regardless of if I think it's going to be bad or not. I'm just going to allow myself to make bad music. In a sense, like I'm not going to be stressed about, oh, is this song as good as I could do? I'm just going to be like, do I like this song and did I enjoy making it? Part of going bi-weekly meant that it felt like every song had way more impact, and that if I was bi-weekly and I dropped a song that was subpar, I would beat myself up over it. But now I'm just going to be making music. Secondly, I do want to do more music video products. Dreaming On underperformed like crazy, and that did demotivate me, but I have a feeling that I can still do that. Obviously, I want to make music videos. I want to expand in that area because I think it's fun. Resolution 3 is I want to stream more, and I also want to stream my music making more. I'm going to do a stream on Monday where I'm going to be writing Beerus, some of Beerus, which you guys can come along for and help write Beerus with me. I would love that. And I want to do more streams in general just because it's fun, and it will also just give me more schedule structure in my life. My final resolution is I want to travel more for fun, so there will be periods of time where I'll be like, I'm not streaming this week because I'm going to Japan or something like that, right? So there you go. I will probably do another Itachi song. That is actually a good idea for a remake, because that song's quite old, and I feel like I could do a really good Itachi song now. So anyway, yeah. Thank you guys for watching this video again. It's a long video, so if you sat through this whole video, thank you. It probably is just, gosh, unless you're a die-hard Rustage fan, this shit is probably boring as fuck to see me ramble about these songs. But thank you guys for coming around for this, and thank you everyone in the chat for subscribing and such, and I appreciate it. What a fun little list. Fun little list of songs. Again, I could re-rank this on a different day and I would rearrange these songs and I'd, think that they're in a different order or something like that. But that's life, huh? That's my life. Anyway. I might do a Just Chatting stream tomorrow. I don't know. I'm going to have a stream schedule. On Sunday, I'm going to post a stream schedule. Keiru, my artist, made one for me. And then I'm going to try and stick to a weekly stream schedule. But there we go. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. I'm going to stop recording now.